Ready to go.
That commentary is wild. First of all, remind me the context of the Rams, baby.
It was I wanted Chris's Fantabulous Sports Game Show with it. We were talking about something having to do with the NFL. Maybe it was like helmets or something that doesn't really matter, but I was extremely excited to win.
Welcome into Gwynn Chris on this Friday. Also, City Connect Day for the pods. Of course, today, the big deal here on Gwynn and Chris is that Manny Machado will join us at the top of the 3 o'clock hour. Get to celebrate him on his recent milestone of 2,000 hits and get a chance to maybe get into the head of what it was like before and leading up to and what the future holds for Manny in this game. We'll get a chance to sit down with him, which will be pretty cool, dear Scrape.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And unfortunately for Chris, he's taken 2 vacations during the Manny Machado interview. But I mean, it's not like we knew this was going to happen.
He's not allowed to ever really complain that he never gets to we never get to interview these type of guys because
now we are.
Here we are, and he's not here. And so, it's a big old hang with him for Mr. Ello.
Yes,
do you want to explain to people where you're at? I'm sure they have questions with kind of where you're at. You haven't really explained that yet. They see the wires behind me, so they know exactly where I'm at right now.
I'm in the loft at Petco Park. So when you get here, when the park's open, if you want to come up to the loft and say hi, you can. But I have been running around like a chicken with my head cut off today, and I'm sweating like crazy.
Is it hot up there? Is it air conditioned?
It's not too bad, although I did pull up my jeans so that I have shorts now. I have jorts on, because it's so hot. And
I've seen my partner pull that move off too. With the
who,
jeans.
Jesse?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, okay, that makes me feel better.
Yeah, no. Pull them up, all that. And so, I haven't been over to the loft yet.
It's nice.
I haven't got a chance to get over there yet. I'm gonna have to do that here at some point.
It's really nice. They remodeled everything. There's new light fixtures. There's great furniture. There's a bunch of games. It's really nice.
Yes. No. Everybody has. Everybody has been over there except for me. So I know everybody else is kind of up to date on what it looks like. Padres get the victory yesterday to split the 4-game set with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Much needed victory. Padres. Offense looked better yesterday. That was definitely a thing. They got to the magic number of 4 that has been very fruitful for the Padres when they score 4 runs. And so they're looking to try to continue that. 3 tough, grimy matchups here. Ranger Suarez tonight, Mr. Zach Wheeler, game 2. That game will, I believe, a national televised game, but you can get Jesse and I here on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we get to see Christopher Sanchez, which was so lovely to see him in the last time we saw him in Philadelphia.
You said you had like some sort of PTSD watching a lefty on lefty matchup last time you saw Christopher Sanchez because he was filthy.
Just sinker. Like you feel like you just constantly like stuck in here because the ball is just whoo. It's just about like trying to. It's just and then he's throwing a slider like on the opposite side. He's got like this thing going. This is what you're seeing at the play, right? So,
you're just seeing it cross each other,
right? So, not fun, but nonetheless, somebody, the job's got to be done by somebody, and so Padres will take their shot tonight. 6:40 matchup here. Some good things coming out of that series, Scrape. I think Xander's recent play is not just a blip at this point. He's starting to really swing the bat. 373 with an OPS of 1,000 in the last 19 games. But he's had some extra base hits. He's made a lot, and I've been saying this for a while, and I know I was looking crazy for a little bit. He's been making a lot of loud outs or hard outs for a minute here. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't as frequent as he's doing it now. But you saw it. You can kind of see some of it on the balls he was making outs on. But I think that's been a nice little boost here and hopefully a good thing moving forward for the Padres offense.
I saw him say after the game last night that his hard hit balls are just mostly when runners in scoring position are going right to guys. And
Yeah.
I think he hit that ball last night in the first inning or his first at bat, 107 or 109 right at the left fielder. And that's what you've taught me. And it's pay attention to how well they're hitting the ball, how hard they're hitting the ball, not about where the ball is going. Because if you're hitting the ball at 109 miles an hour, you're seeing the ball well, you're squaring it up.
And if you keep hitting like that, eventually you're gonna find some outfield grass. You're gonna click one the right way. It's gonna have some little more loft on it. You hit that at the same kind of velocity. So good things for him there. Gavin Sheets continues to be extremely impressive against left-handed pitching. He's hitting better right now against. If you look at the splits, he's looking better. Against lefties, not looking better. His numbers are slightly better against lefties, but really no difference, which is great. You could throw him against lefties and righties, and I think at this point you got to think this is the real deal. We are in July. We are beyond halfway of the season, and he is man. Where would the Padres be with Gavin Sheets at this point?
There's a couple guys you could say about like that on this team. I mean, where would they be without Nick Pivetta? But Gavin Sheets, he has 17 hits in his past 40 at-bats against lefties, and is batting .289 against them this season, which is 121 points higher than his average against them in his first 4 seasons. So either my thought when I first read this stat was like, is it the coaching of the Padres that's helping him out? Is it the hitting coach, Victor Rodriguez, helping him out? Or was the White Sox, his time with the White Sox, just a bad team?
No, I hear it's funny you brought this up because I had this exact conversation with Victor the other day, and talking about Gavin, he was saying how Gavin recognized the changes he needed to make on his own after the season with the White Sox, and for him to then sign with the Padres and be aligned in what he needed to fix, along with his new hitting coach, happened to be Victor Rodriguez, is like it's like hitting the jackpot, because that doesn't always happen. As a free agent, I'm going in, I'm like, because I just experienced what I experienced with the White Sox. So on my own, I don't have a team at this point. On my own, I'm like, all right, these are things I need to work. I go all off season, I work on those things, I sign with the Padres, and then I get to spring training and I have a new hitting coach. Fortunately for me, this hitting coach happened to be my dad's roommate on multiple occasions, as when they were coming up, and there was a trust there. And so, I mean, that doesn't happen all the time. You guys sign with new teams, and it's like kind of you're on your own until you're not, that he just hasn't had that. And so it's been all part of it in terms of his success this season so far. Also tonight, I think, Scraby, you mentioned earlier, Ryan Bergert makes his return off the IL. Remember how good he had been prior to taking that line drive off the elbow. See how his start goes tonight. But yeah, does seem like starting to get a little bit more healthier as these days go along. Michael King making some progress as these days.
He threw a full bullpen yesterday.
He did indeed. He did indeed. And so Darvish looks like, he's on schedule. He'll pitch tomorrow. So, these are positive signs as you start to get to the break. I think couple 2 out of 3 here would be a even better sign going into break against these 3 particular pitchers. You went 2 out of 3. Yeah, that could be a nice little boost going into break.
That would be an amazing boost going into the break. And Jackson Merrill last night had 3 walks, and after the game he said he hates walking because he's a hitter, but he knows it helps the team, so he's going to do it. But as a hitter yourself, Tony, when you start seeing the ball well enough to get a bunch of walks, does that mean he's making strides in seeing the ball better, or is it just a circumstance? Because it's like the pitcher yesterday, I was like, you can't walk Jackson Merrill right now because Jackson Merrill is striking out, and they did 3 times, and it really helped the team.
I think it's good for him right now. I mean, considering he was chasing some of those pitches up out of the zone. I know he doesn't like to walk, but at the same time, when you are not seeing it well and you're swinging at strikes, that's also, not a good thing for you as well. So I think he recognized it. You could tell he was like, I'd rather be hitting in his mind, but instead he'll take the walk because at the end of the day, he's a winner. He wants to help his team win. And so those walks do indeed come in handy. All right, let's get to break. We're off to the races. As we mentioned earlier, Manny Machado will join us in the 3:00 hour. However, when we return, Fernando Tatis Jr. getting a little help. Someone real close to him is having an impact. We'll discuss on the other side. More Gwynn and Chris. Now we're back. 2:16 on the clock. Could you stop, please? What are you doing? What are you doing?
I like to dance to the rejoin music.
Is that what that was? You look like you are cold.
I actually look like the Penguin or something. Oh my God. Can I stop this right now? Because I heard you and Jesse the other day talking about Dave Marcus looking like the Penguin, and it made me cry laughing. Like, it made me cry laughing. Does Dave not appreciate that?
Plead the fifth. Nonetheless, Fernando looked fantastic last night. Great game. Really could have had 2 homers. They got one snatched from him. But little piece in Kevin Acey's little newsletter, I believe it was, said Pops is in town. Yes, senior, Fernando Tatis Sr. in town, lending a helping hand. I can relate to that a little bit, man. Having someone you trust, is going to shoot it to you straight. And there it is. It has just happened. Adrian Morejon is going to the All-Star game. We were talking about this later on in the show. You'll get a chance to hear this.
That's great, because I said, should he make the All-Star team?
Yes, he should. And we said he should. And you'll get a chance to hear us say he's got to be. This
is breaking news from 97.3 The Fan.
Yes. We'll be breaking it now, but later on in the show, we'll be talking as if it hasn't happened yet. Pay no mind to that. Nonetheless, he is going to Atlanta, the ATL, with his 4 other teammates. Padres now have, 5 All-Stars. To get my hand in the camera, they're 5. Big deal, man. They kind of got us off a little sidetrack, but I think it's worth the sidetrack.
Totally.
My man is balling this year, having an absolute phenomenal season. Right now, rocking a 1.71 ERA. He's got 45 appearances. That's one off of Jason Adam, who seems like he's got a billion of them bad boys.
He does.
Both of those guys. He got a 1.74. But back to Morejon, because we've already done the praising of Adam. 42 innings. He's pitched in, every which way. He's pitched in an early kind of shift inning. He's pitched in a late one. He's closed. Opponent's hitting a measly 172 against Morejon, man. He's
pretty good.
He's got this again. Listen, this is another guy the Padres have helped develop to this point. This is
for all you people out there that say they don't develop anyone, here it is.
The track record is starting to turn. You're seeing some more guys come up here and be contributors at a big league level. That conversation might have to be had again. But yeah, congratulations, man, Adrian Morejon. I get it. It's a testament to the bullpen, right? Morejon, Adam, Suarez, and shoot, if Jeremiah didn't have that kind of little small patch where he was off, they might have another one going. It might be all Padres in that bullpen.
That would be incredible. Just one Padre after another coming out of the bullpen. I hope that
this is,
I'm
glad we talked about this a little. I just want to bring it up one more time. This is another sign that this isn't your grandparents' Padres. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like, this happened last time they had this many when they went to the NLCS that year. They had that many back in 1998 when they went to a World Series. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
I see where you're going with this.
These things don't happen by chance. Like, your team has to build that kind of momentum in order to get that many guys in that bad boy. I don't care that two of these selections are coming after someone else couldn't go. It doesn't matter. They still. The funny thing is, there was about 4 guys added yesterday. And a lot of them were relievers. And so that just shows you how many guys are having great years. You don't just slide into these spots here. You know what I'm saying? Especially
totally
getting voted in like this.
Yeah, I don't know, like, because I know people are going to be like, who cares? 5 guys in the All-Star game. They're not doing what they need to do on a day-to-day basis. But that's a pretty big deal. And these guys are pitching well. These guys are doing good things. They don't become All-Stars because they're bad, and they can only go forward and get better.
Right. Anyway, congratulations to Adrian Morejon. Let's go back to Toddy. Now, senior in the building. So often, I'll read you the excerpt out of the article. So often, when Tatis starts to find his way out of a slump, as he appears to be doing on this homestand, going 8 for 25 with a double, a triple, and a home run, we find out he had a certain visitor. Just working, Toddy said yesterday. Better approach at the plate, working with the hitting coaches, working with my pops. He was here, so I'm just trying to find the best way. The elder Tatis, a former major leaguer, of course, has been a big influence, harshest critic, and most trusted teacher. Arrived in San Diego at the start of the homestand, and boom, what do you know, 8 for 25. It's a daily conversation, Toddy said, without elaborating anymore. He was being very close to the vest, as I can understand, seeing stuff, feeling the game, seeing how I'm being pitched, and better adjustments mechanically. Makes sense. It does, man. There's something about getting the chance to like work with your pops. You know, I think Toddy's dad's probably much like my dad. He doesn't want to step on anybody's toes. He respects the hitting coaches here, so he ain't gonna just be popping up all the time. And so when he doesn't get a chance, and they open the door for it, or he gets a chance to work, it's a bonus, man, because no one knows you better.
Yeah, I have to give you props real quick, because yesterday we made a bet in the Daily Gambit. Would Fernando or Manny have a home run? Would you make a bet? And you said Fernando, book it, going to have a home run. And he did have a home run. And then Manny had a home run a little bit later. So both of them hit the bet. And then Fernando almost had another home run. And I like what he said about his second ball getting robbed. He said basically, like, you live by the sword, you die by the sword.
Yeah, I do that to people. It's going to happen to me too on the other end sometimes. But yeah, man, he's it looks like he might be starting to turn the corner. I mean, is it bats? You start to see this a little bit. It got a little cold there for a sec, but some good pitching that he ran into. And so seeing him kind of, and listen, this the Philly staff, they can send you down that path. You know what I'm saying? You got to, and so these 3 games for me will be all about if the Padres can be disciplined in the zone. Because these guys, all 3 of these guys are already going to be tough enough. And as long as you aren't helping, I think you give yourself a better chance. If you're just swinging at balls in the zone, may not necessarily be where you want them with these 3 guys, right? Because they're pretty good at throwing it where they want. And so, it may be one of those situations where I think it'll be one of those situations where you got to take what these pitchers give you and try to make it work. And on the flip side, you're going to need your pitchers to throw up some zeros. Their offense is not one to be played with either.
No, and you keep hearing Mike Shildt say that they need to be stingier. They need to be stingier. And
that's what he's referring to. That's exactly what he's referring to. Like when I get it. It's not. I keep saying it. I know for a fact. I've done it. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's even harder now. But it is the job. It's the task. And if you're going to beat a team like that, you got to be really good and really stingy at that part of the game. That sets up everything else. If you're not putting any pressure on it, they're not going to feel it. Then you're just hoping he has a bad day. Because with these 3 guys, that doesn't happen often. So why not? Or not why not? But that's what has to be done. It's just you got to, as Mike is saying, you got to be stingy. You can't give them any help. The umpire is going to give them help. You don't. That's an inadvertent. He maybe will give you some help too, but you can't be the one giving them help. Be stingy, as he says.
Yeah, and this is a good test for them, because these are the type of pitchers you're going to see in the playoffs. These are the type of pitchers that you're going to have to go through late in the year when big games are happening. And so, I don't know. Is there anything about it facing these guys at home rather than the road, or is there anything there with that? Because obviously they were on the road.
Yeah, you ain't been to Philly before, have you?
I've never been to a Phillies game, but I've been to Philly.
Yeah, no, they definitely. You'll definitely like facing them here versus facing them there.
Because people are cheering for you rather than like
Yeah,
shouting
you
obscenities
get
at you.
Hometown. The Padres clearly. Well, I think the proof is in the record. Padres are a way better team at home than they are on the road.
It's
And
a
that
complete
is
night
just
and day difference.
Yeah, no, it's a complete night and day. What are they? 29-17 at home, 21-26 on the road. So, yes, they'd rather place the Phillies, and maybe the starting pitchers don't have as good of numbers on the road versus what they have at home.
I don't know. Zach Wheeler's pretty good anywhere he
Yeah,
goes.
no, not him. Everybody but him.
I'm pretty excited to see Yu Darvish versus Zach Wheeler tomorrow, just because Yu is coming back off the injury and he pitched pretty well in his return, and Zach Wheeler obviously is the Cy Young favorite.
I'm not gonna lie. I can't get the sight of Schwarber going in the second deck off of.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Adam's on
like
the
I'm
board
looking
right
out
now.
there right now how far that is. Yeah, I that's going to be something that I don't have they faced each other in this building since.
I can't
They've
answer that
had
question
to, right?
for you.
They've had to.
I can't answer that question for you, but I mean, like that's right. Adam and I were there. Bennett was. We were all sitting in like the left field foul line, and when we saw that hit, we were all like, "Whoa!"
That had to be
from
a pretty
the
cool
angle that we
had to be a pretty cool angle from that point of view.
We all just looked at each other like, "What?" Like what?
If you go back and listen to my call, that's exactly how I sounded, like flummoxed. That a ball went up. I've never seen that before. It was crazy.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
And it was in a game. Signifying it out there?
No,
it's like the longest home run in Petco Park history.
No,
they don't have a big Kyle Schwarber chair out there.
It's part of the history of the stadium. No one's ever gone up there. You should maybe put a red seat out there or a blue seat or something.
Actually, Adam just told me that he has your call.
Okay, let's play the call real quick, and then we'll go to break.
Here's Schwarber, top of the order. Swings at the first pitch and hits it a mile to deep right field. Soto not going to move. That might find the upper deck. My goodness, it did. Kyle Schwarber just yanked one out to the upper deck in right field at Petco Park. I don't know that I've ever seen a ball land up there in a game before. 2-0 Philadelphia in the top of the sixth inning.
Well, you weren't on that, but you were so.
I came in just after that, and I was like shocked.
The seriousness in Jesse's voice just tells you how far that ball went. He was like, I think Soto's not moving. I think this is going second deck.
Oh, my Lord. Yeah. So, anyway, that's tomorrow. I mean, that's not tomorrow. Darvish is pitching tomorrow.
Yes.
Hopefully we don't see that at all. All right, let's get to break. On the other side, Mike Shildt, speaking of the devil, spoke with Ben Woods. Was it Ben Woods? Yeah, Ben Woods earlier this morning for their coaches talk that they have every week. We'll get a chance to hear some of that on the other side. More Gwynn Chris.
And now, the challenger, representing the San Diego Padres, number 20, Kyle Higashioka. Just 1 minute remaining. Out of here. That one up into the monster seat. Another home run. And that ends the round. He ends the round with to the semifinal matchup. Now the challenger in this semifinal matchup, number 20, Kyle Higashioka. No doubt about that one. And it's drawn. That one carried on to Lansing. That one is gone. He now has bonus time. Just 1 minute remaining. No question about that one. And taps it up to put up in the championship matchup. And that ends the round. Finishes. Let's see what he can do. And now, the challenger in this championship round, Kyle Higashioka. That one carried out to Lansing. That one is gone. And he's earned 30 seconds of bonus time. Just 1 minute remaining. That draw off the right pole. There's a home run. Seconds left. And now, the challenger, representing the San Diego Padres, number 20, Kyle Higashioka. Oh, that's a monster home run. Just 1 minute remaining. 4 in a row now. It's out of here. That one up into the monster seat. Another home run. And that ends the round. He ends the round with 7 home runs. And he has earned a trip to the semifinal matchup. Now the challenger in this semifinal matchup, number 20, Kyle Higashioka. No doubt about that one. That one carried on to Lansing. That one is gone. He now has bonus time. Just 1 minute remaining.
morning, and I found out that Ben actually went on vacation a little bit early today throughout the show. So Ben taking off. It was Woods and Mike Shildt. So we'll get to that in just a second. But do you think that Darvish not thinks about it with Schwarber?
I'm sure
like,
he's not forgotten.
So you think when Schwarber gets in that box, he's like, I need to strike.
I don't think he's thinking about it when he gets in the box, but I'm sure every time Schwarber's name, that doesn't go away. You don't forget that.
You definitely
don't. Like I'll never forget facing Chapman and him throwing 105. Like that memory and feel will never go away.
When you faced Chapman and you saw that 105, by the way, Tony faced the fastest pitch in Major League history, and you fouled a couple off, so that was cool. Did the ball and I say that not making fun of you. I say that not making fun of you. I mean, you faced the fastest pitch in Major League Baseball history. I don't think anyone was.
We digress. Go ahead.
Okay.
What do you say?
So, was the ball sizzling as it came by? Did you feel the heat of it?
I don't know. You can feel the heat. It was whistling though. You can hear the seams.
That's crazy.
Yeah. No, it was. I remember facing him that time, and I remember facing him maybe the next year, when I was with the Dodgers, and it might have been 2 years later. And he threw a fastball. He wasn't throwing 100 at this point. He was 99. And he threw a fastball that I started to swing. And if I was one of the guys that didn't have a knob on my bat, he would explode in my hand for sure. It hit the knob of the bat. And
really,
I can't remember if it ended up going fair or not, but I just remember thinking to myself, I almost lost my hand right there. It almost exploded.
How do you approach an at-bat like that? Knowing the guy's just going to throw heat, you just try to pick a spot and swing?
You have to honestly, with a guy throwing that hard, remember Chap, he'll lose a couple high, with a guy like that, you just kind of you have to first remove the fear, because the human element is a guy's throwing that hard, he's thrown up a couple, you got to not think about it, you know what I'm saying? And pretend he's got the greatest command ever. He's going to be here, here, and here. Because, most of the pitchers at this level do have that. And so, lefty on left, you got to kind of remove whatever hesitations you have. Because if you have any, it's a wrap. And you just kind of go from there.
If anybody wants to see this at bat, it's all over YouTube. So just type in Tony Gwynn Jr. versus Aroldis Chapman into YouTube, and I'm sure you'll be able to find it. But you should go find it actually, because it's fun.
I don't think you need to go find it. It was nothing to see unless you want to see 105 blown by somebody. It's just you see this every day. You don't need to see this as a regular at bat.
I don't think this is an indication of you as a hitter.
I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying you getting on YouTube to see just him throwing 105. There's nothing else to it.
Okay. No one go watch that video. Okay. All right, Mike Shildt from this morning. Here's what happened earlier today on the manager's report of Mike Shildt, refreshed by EcoWater SoCal, keeping it soft since 1925. And here's what happened on Mike Shildt being asked about facing so much tough pitching.
Yeah, it's the game. It's the league. It's we got a good club too, and Philly does. They got really good pitching. They got really good offense, and they're strong ball club that's been a perennial playoff team the last several years and made deep runs, and but yeah, it's a good chance to go compete. We love competing.
All right, that was Mike Shildt talking about that. I mean, I could think that it's got to be annoying and frustrating for a team who just continually faces these great pitching performances. And I know that I'm not a professional baseball player, but it annoys me from home. So I got to imagine that it irks a couple of those guys down there. They keep facing these guys.
Listen, no one down there wants to be considered a sucker by their own teammates. You know what I'm saying? If you, I'm sure everybody has thought it in their mind, dang, man, we are facing some tough pitching, but no one is out vocally saying, man, I'm tired of facing good pitchers. No one's doing that. That's not how these dudes are cut. They're going to go out and they're going to compete and they're going to go out and try to win a game. and so is the other team. And so, like, it's just I get the sentiment, like, as a fan being irritated at, hey, can we catch a break? Like, can we get a 4 or 5 guy like one time instead of seeing everybody's best? I get the sentiment, but at the end of the day, the sentiment, excuse me. I guess at the end of the day that's not how these guys are wired. So it's not even a thought. Like Ranger Suarez's day, how are we gonna find a way to beat his? You know what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how they're looking at
it.
Right. That's how they're looking at it, and that's how they have to look at it. That's the only way you're gonna go out. And I actually think that in some ways, and I get it, right, because pitching is so much better. It's hard. It's better velocity, better spin. But back in the era I played in, like it was like you didn't, no matter who it was, it didn't matter if it was Roger Clemens, like you just didn't give him no credit. Like you were just like, I don't care what he's got. I'm about to do this today, right? And you just had to kind of like, it's a mental game because if you step into that box and there's any piece of you that's like, oh man, this guy's really good, you're gonna have to, like, all right, tip your cap.
You shouldn't be playing professional baseball then.
It's going to be a long day for you that day. I'm not saying that you're not a human. There's not a human piece to it where you might have that thought. It's just you if you're not confident up there, as we've seen from guys, when you're not confident, it's tough. It's a tough game.
Mike Shildt was also asked about, we've talked about Jackson Merrill earlier, getting 3 walks last night and walking more as of late. And Ben and Woods asked Mike Shildt about Jackson Merrill right now.
Well, probably a couple of things. I mean, first of all, you're right. It's Jackson's. He's struggled more than he's ever struggled in his career. Jackson rightfully, clearly came to the big leagues last year and was ready for it.
Yep.
But that is also, and more players, and this is the slippery slope of player development, is making sure guys get here. And quite frankly, and I didn't understand this until when I was in player development early in my player development career, which, I was in player development for a long time. And we had a farm director by the name of Gary LaRock, and Gary would be like, it's good for them to struggle. I'm like, no, it's not. They need confidence. And, but he was right. It was good for them to struggle. And I've seen guys that end up being really good all-star caliber players, and in some cases on a trajectory to Hall of Fame, struggle in their player development career, minor league career. And that was brutal for them in AA or AAA or A ball. And, we always look to push guys a little bit further than they were maybe ready for, that we thought were going to be really good ball players, big league players. And we kind of set them up to struggle in some cases, and gave them a safety net a little bit, as far as a day off here or there. But yeah, and those guys, but big league players figure out a way to come through it. Jackson didn't get that. And, these guys with Jackson's ability get to the big league so quickly. And ultimately, it's just a matter of time before they're going to have that struggle, and they're going to do it at the highest stage.
I think that's funny that he says that sometimes. That was Mike Shildt, by the way, with Ben and Woods this morning. I think it's funny that he says that you set them up to struggle a little bit, because like, it's so true. If you are in the fire and you are forced to figure it out, you're going to try anything you can to figure it out. And that's going to teach you something about yourself. Not saying that they want Jackson Merrill to struggle, but this is, when he comes out of this is only going to be good for him in my mind going forward.
They definitely want you to struggle. Or let's just say they would prefer that you struggle early.
Yeah.
Versus getting to the big leagues and struggling. But sometimes the timetable is such that you just are that good, and you never have the opportunity to struggle. You end up beating your way into the big leagues before you have a chance to. And I think, listen, to me, it's remarkable that he went this long before. We're in July. It took till a year and a half, basically, before he endured his first struggle. Maybe it comes a little bit earlier if he doesn't get hurt and he had the consistent games. But it ends up happening in July. That's crazy to me. And so I think Jackson will be fine. I don't worry about him really at all. He just has a way about him that just makes you feel comfortable that he's going to figure out how to get through this at some point.
All right. Sorry, Adam, say that one more time. All right. Okay. That is worth getting in my ear about. That was Mike Shildt with Ben and Woods this morning. I'm going to revisit Mike Shildt a little bit later in the show, but since I have you here, Tony, I wanted to get your opinion on something. But first, Adrian Morejon was interviewed in the clubhouse earlier today about his All-Star selection. So here is him talking about that.
Adrian, congratulations on being named to your first All-Star game. What was your reaction to the news when you find out?
¿Qué era tu reacción cuando supiste que te dijeron que llegaste al juego de estrella?
Primero que todo, gracias. Y no, obvio, fue una reacción. O sea, tuve muchas emociones pasando en ese momento, ya que es mi primera selección para el Juego de las Estrellas. Y siento que todas las cosas pues salieron bien. Ayer gané el juego y hoy pues tengo esa noticia.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, thanks so much. I was very grateful, very excited to get that news. When I found out, obviously yesterday I got the win as well. And, I get that news afterwards. And so just very grateful that all things that just came out the way that it did.
How'd you find out the news?
¿Y cómo supiste? ¿Quién te dijo cuando te dijeron?
El gerente, ella me lo dijo. Fue quien me lo dijo.
AJ actually told me.
What was
That's awesome. I love these stories about how they find out about these things, because I'm sure that he wasn't expecting to come in today and realize that he was going to be an all-star, but I love that. And AJ Preller delivering it.
He probably wasn't expecting it, but there's a piece of him that was hoping it was him. I'm sure he's having a tremendous year that can't possibly be looking at his teammates who are also having good years and be like, man. And then seeing guys are falling off and can't do it or hurt. It's like, oh, maybe I might have a chance. And boom, get the news. Good for him, man. He deserves it. He deserves all
now,
of it.
Let's talk about the future with him real quick while you're here, because he has one more year of arbitration before hitting free agency. Do you think, how important is he, if they bring him back, are they going to have to bring him back in a different role, like a closer role, an eighth inning role, or do they bring him back and just have him do exactly what he's doing?
They're bringing him back. He got another year arbitration.
No, okay, I'm saying
2 years from now.
2 years from now, yes.
I don't even think we can even go down that line. A new collective bargaining agreement will be up at that point. We don't even know what it's going to look like. So listen, we don't know. I think in today's day and age, you don't know. His Padres are the only thing that Adrian knows right now. But 2 years from now, after he goes through next season of ARB, which, he keeps pitching like this, he's going to earn himself a nice little pay raise in ARB. We won't even know how to even couch it until we know what the CBA looks like.
That's true. I forgot about that darn CBA.
Yeah.
Ron Manfred and the CBA.
It's coming.
Well, it's going to be a salary cap, Tony. So Adrian Morejon's going to have to, be capped. I just don't. The more I think about that whole thing, the more I think it's just not going to happen.
We better hope not, because that would mean a long work stoppage.
The owners are the only ones who really, really, really want this, right?
I'm just saying, even I don't even know that it's that cut and dry for the owners, for all of them. I don't know that, and maybe the salary cap thing is, but not the revenue sharing thing is. You got teams, they want to centralize this bad boy and bring it all to the middle. You got the Dodgers and the Yankees and the Cubs. How are you why? Boston. Anyway,
all that good stuff. Yeah.
Go ahead, Scrape. Take us a break. We got to go get to Manny.
Yes, we're going to head down to the dugout when we get back. Manny Machado on Gwynn and Chris, 97.3 The Fan. Stay with us.
down out of the press booth. Scraby's coming from the loft, so it took him a little bit of time to get here.
I had to jump fences. I had to.
Are you dry?
No,
you're not dry.
Are you kidding me?
It's definitely spicy down here. They got the.
Oh, we have our camera right here, Tony.
Oh, okay.
There we
go.
Hi,
guys. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is this. I don't know. You guys can't see it, but they now have like shade. Right, that wasn't always there. It used to just burn up here. Like there would be
I know, I noticed that.
No sun protection at all. Nice new addition to the Padres dugout. Not sure that the visiting side has this though.
No, probably not. Probably not.
We're currently waiting on Manny to come out and have this conversation with us. He has obviously had a terrific season. He will be the All-Star starter for the Padres. In the ATL coming up this next week. And so it should be fun. Get a chance to kind of get his thoughts on the number 2000. I mean, 350 earlier.
It's a big milestone year for him.
He's starting to cement himself as he's on the HOF track right now. And so I'm very interested and intrigued on talking to him about it a little bit and seeing seeing kind of how he's feeling about it. This isn't something that he talks often about. It's not something that I think is at the forefront of his mind, but often, am I going around there? But often, thank you. Often, we're talking about it for him. So it'd be interesting to see how he feels about this situation.
There's Sammy left right there.
Yeah, he popped into the camera.
Yeah, we're a little distracted because there's a lot going on down here.
I don't know if I'll be able to redirect somebody like that every time. This is kind of a free.
I'm just gonna go
free walkway here.
Stop.
Yeah.
And see what happens. Like Gavin Sheets comes walking out here, 6'4", 240 pounds. He's just gonna walk right through me,
as he should. I don't think you should stop him, nor should I.
When we get Manny,
for the record, the reason why I'm dressed like this today is because I'm actually working TV with Donald today. Donald. I call him Donald. It's kind of my thing. Don Orsillo and I will be doing TV today and Sunday. Saturday, I'll be back on the radio side with Jesse.
They got you working
because it's a nationally televised game. It's a
Fox game.
Fox game. We are about to have Mr. Machado here in a second. But yeah, this is kind of where we are right now.
I mean, does it feel like home down here, Tony, in the dugout?
I feel like a
fish out of water.
A visitor here.
A visitor?
Yeah.
What the heck?
This isn't my normal spot.
Oh, but I'm gonna you, bro.
So thank you so much for joining our show. If you want to come right here, and we got this for you. Just let me know if you need any headphone adjustment. But there you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Manny Machado has joined the show. Manny, welcome. How are you, my friend?
I'm good.
I guess we got to start with the most important part. I mean, you reached a pretty big milestone, hit 2,000. You had 2004 now. You hit 350 early in the year. I mean, at what point in the offseason, at what point at all does this start to become something that you're actually thinking about? Because, I mean, that's a lot of hits, man. You ain't thinking about that from the beginning.
I knew the 3,000 was coming. I mean, I knew both of them going into the season where I was at, how many I was missing to get to those milestones. But thinking about it, I mean, right to like when you got 2 hits left, I'm not gonna lie, I've been searching for those 2 hits for a while, and man, I said it earlier this week. I mean, it's really hard to get a hit in the big leagues.
Yeah,
and that made me realize that just looking for those 2 hits, you're I mean, the ones before have come. I mean, I hit 3 yesterday. That was, it kind of just came. But when you're searching for it, when you want to hit those 2 hits, man, it's really hard. But finally you get it, and it's kind of like, all right, let's go. Now it's kind of let's get it past it and enjoy it.
Did it weigh on you as you got closer? I mean, you started about 100 away when you came into 100. The season. Did it weigh on you as you started to get closer?
No, not really. I think when it got really close, I think when it was when it kind of started thinking about it. The last couple, and it didn't help that I kind of got into a little fun going into, you know, Cincinnati and
course.
Philadelphia. I'm like,
Right.
man, those are the two places that you
wanna
get hot. I'm like, all right, I'm good. I'm going to these two places, get a few homers, get a few knocks, you know, hopefully, you know, get it done on the road. And then, you know, you go to Cincy, we get almost no hit by Nick. And then that whole road trip kind of just went to spot and I couldn't really get it. But you know what? I think everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of felt good to do it in front of the home crowd and get the standing ovation and do it in front of the people that support you every single day. So I think that it kind of worked out even better.
Talking to Manny Machado here on 97.3 The Fan for Friar Friday. And one of the things I love about you is that you love the game and the history of the game and the history behind the stats and all that stuff. And do you ever get to stop and think about 40 years from now, 30, 40 years from now? I know I'm going to be telling my unborn grandchildren that I'm sitting here interviewing you right now because I think you're going to be in the Hall of Fame. But do you ever give yourself the ability to stop and think about how you're going to be remembered?
Not really, honestly. Not really. I love living in the moment. I you know, people ask me, you know, how's it feel to hit 2,000 hits? Were you even thinking about that? Like, and honestly, like, I kind of don't even want to reflect on it yet. I think I kind of want to wait for that and kind of look back and like really realize, you know, how cool all of this is. I kind of just, I mean, that's how I live life. You know, I like living in the moment. I just enjoy every single day. Today's a brand new day, you know, put yesterday in the past and enjoy what's today going to bring us. Right. And, you know, I kind of just try to live by that way. But hopefully, yeah, one day I definitely want to look back. I know they're pretty cool numbers. They're pretty cool things I've been doing so far. But I kind of just want to keep living in the moment for a little bit more.
How long can you see yourself playing in your 40s?
I mean, I got no choice. I got no choice.
Deeper into your 40s, can you see yourself?
I mean, how this game is going, probably not. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try to. I mean, look, there's two sides of things, right? There's obviously I'm gonna be a little bit older. The game's gonna be younger. Game's probably gonna be faster. I mean, when I came up 10 years ago, I mean, it was average. You had two guys in the bullpen throwing 96.
Right.
I mean, you have two guys throwing 96 now, and everybody else is throwing harder than that.
Right.
You know, that's the lowest now at this point. So, is the game gonna be at that level when I'm in the 40s? Who knows? But on the flip side of that, I mean, there's gonna be technology. There's gonna be stuff that you can do a lot better to take care of your body a lot better. You know, you're gonna be able to recover faster. And I think, you know, me knowing myself, I'm probably gonna be ahead of that curve on you know, trying to take care of my body as best as I can.
Talking to Manny Machado here on Friar Friday, 97.3 The Fan. And I want to know, because you hit number 2,000, was a hard hit single. Number 2001, a homer. Would you have switched those in your mind? Or are you happy with how it played out?
No, I think I'm good how it played out. You know, I think it's better kind of just to have that moment for yourself and kind of just say, man, I would have preferred a double, honestly.
Okay.
I would have preferred a double than a single. But even before that, I was even telling Bogey, I walked out, I'm like, man, I think I'm gonna butt. I think I'm gonna butt one, you know, just to kind of get a little closer to that 2000.
That would have been memorable if you would have bunted on your 2000 hit. Let me ask you, because you obviously knew, you talked about earlier, you coming in 100 short. Did that help you like lock in early in the season? Typically, you're a little bit of a slower start, but from the get-go, you've been the same guy all season long.
Yeah. Maybe. I think I kind of started when the season started. I didn't even have that number in it, and then I kind of got hot, started hitting 2-3 hits, 4 hits here and there. Got really hot at one point, and that number started creeping up, and I was like, man, you look up and you're May, and you're like, man, you're only like 20, 30 away. Like this is a possibility you can get even before your birthday. So that kind of got pretty cool. And I was trying to reach it before my birthday. Obviously, it didn't happen. But yeah, I mean, that number was. I think as the season got on, I think it got a little bit more realistic.
Yeah. As you know, we've been rolling along in this season, and you've reached these milestones, and we turn to the rest of the season as you guys turn to the second half. What are some of the things you think the ball club has got to improve on in order to get where you guys are trying to go?
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. I think, you can't just be like we're good at one thing, we're not in the other. No, I think we got to improve. There's room for improvement in all aspects of our game. Our best bullpen is our best bullpen right now. It's our best bullet. I think there's room for improvement there as well. Obviously, our offense hasn't really been performing as the last 2 months as we started off, but we've had a pretty good record here in the second half as of late. So, and we know we've been underperforming a little bit as a group, as a team. But I know we got a lot left in the tank. There's always, I always talk about the roller coaster, and this is a roller coaster, and
it always is.
We got that bad part out of the way early, which is a good thing, and hopefully the second half, we're better. But yeah, there's a lot of improvement for a lot of things as a ball club. If we want to ultimately, reach our goal, which is winning a championship, we got to be great at all aspects of our game.
Talking to Manny Machado here on Friday 97.3 The Fan, and you're facing some good pitching with the Phillies this weekend. Now, I always ask Tony these questions, so now I get to ask another professional baseball player. But how do you prepare going into a series knowing that you're going to be facing three guys that are really good?
Yeah, 3 Cy Young guys.
Yeah.
Really good ball club over there. But Shildt talks about this all the time. We want to win a championship. We just talked about. These are the guys you're going to be facing.
Yeah.
These are the guys you got to beat. So, how we prepare for them, I think it's a good thing about it. We faced them, maybe a week ago or so. So we kind of, it's kind of fresh in our memory, the bullpen, their guys, how they kind of attacked us. But, just video, man. You kind of have some history with some of these guys. I gotta go do some more research on Wheeler for tomorrow because I can't figure him out.
Everybody got research on him. It ain't just you, dog. That's a great point. And you brought up earlier about how velocity's changed and pitchers have gotten better. Yet you've had the same swing from the very moment you got to the league. Why has it that your particular swing has played through the changes and everything that's happened? You've been able to kind of stay the same. Why is that?
I mean, I think I kind of see. I have 3 swings. I mean, I learned this from a young age, and it was always having multiple different swings, right? Different occasions. Lefties that stand on the opposite side, sinker ballers.
Yeah.
Obviously now it's a lot of induce and sweepers. So I kind of learned that in 2020 when I kind of, I had a lot of wag on my swing, on my bat. So I was kind of being consistent with, bat to barrel. And then, when I got here, they kind of told me like, hey, let's kind of change that. Let's kind of slow it down. You can stay with your timing. That's more of a timing thing for me, but let's improve it, and I think that improved my, contact, being more consistent with barrels, helped me lay off a lot more pitches. My walks went up a little bit more. But just kind of having different swings, I mean, I think, people who kind of just stuck like, all right, this is what I work. I mean, it's 600 at bats,
right?
I mean, right. It's offers, it's different guys, different angles. Now it's sweep, this, that. There's so many different things. So I think you can't just have one.
Swing, yeah.
I kind of vary with my stance. I vary with my hands, move them up and down. Just kind of what your body's feeling. You might have slept on the bed the wrong way. We were on a plane for 6 hours, or for that one day we're in a plane for 12 hours. So your body's not gonna feel the same the next day. So how are you gonna make that adjustment? So I think I've been lucky that I have different, and I know how to adapt to those 3 or 4 different styles of my swing. That it's helped me, be a little bit more consistent.
No doubt. Well, Manny, you've been fabulous to watch, man, all season long. We certainly are behind you guys as you guys get ready for second half. Good luck the rest of the way. Good luck in this next 3-game set. It's going to be a tough one for everybody.
Yes, it will.
Good to see you as always,
Appreciate
brother.
Yep.
Thanks very much.
Yes, sir.
Manny Machado there. We're going to step away, get the break. When we return, more Gwynn and Chris on the way.
All right, back here in the loft, everyone. If you just missed it, we interviewed Manny Machado from the dugout. I had to run up the stairs. The Phillies were throwing in left field, and I couldn't get the elevator to work, so I was running around like crazy on the field, and all the Phillies pitchers were just like staring at me like, who's this crazy person running around the field with a bunch of luggage? But thank you so much to Manny Machado for joining us, and thank you to Darren Feeney, Craig Huner for getting Manny Machado on the show for us today. Well, we're going to have that again at 5 p.m. for everyone. If you missed it and you're just tuning in, I'm trying to catch my breath right now, so give me 1 second. But that was something that I'm not going to forget. And these are the things that make this job worth it. I'm just going to be honest. Like, there are days where this job is tough. There are days where I don't want to be. I mean, that's not true. I do want to be at the job, but there are days where my mind's not there. But days like today make it all worth it. And Manny Machado joining us after his 2000th hit is something I never thought would happen. I'm looking on the chat right now, and people are asking, like, why didn't Manny dap Scraby up? And it's probably because I didn't go for the dap up. I went for the handshake, and he gave me a handshake. But Tony gets the dap because Tony sees him every single day. Manny Machado is not like, he's not a guy who, he's a guy who is very open and stuff with people he knows. And then since I was with Tony, by association, he knows me. So anyway, I'm not mad that Manny Machado didn't dap me up. I think I'm okay. I got a good handshake. I also saw something funny on the chat that from Saturated Fats, Scraby patted the seat when he told him where to sit, which I did think was kind of funny. All right. So that was Manny Machado. We're going to have the countdown coming up here at 3:40. And our countdown today is going to be top 5 things we're looking to do over the All-Star break. Now, Tony has a lot more time to do stuff over the All-Star break. Chris and I are going to be in studio all next week. And so we're going to be working. But there are a few things I'm looking forward to. And, with no Padres baseball on, there's stuff at night I could do now instead of watching the game. And so I'm going to take advantage of that. And we're going to have that in the countdown coming up here at 3:40. But we're also going to talk to, or hear from, Mike Shildt, who was on with Ben and Woods this morning. We're going to hear from him a little bit earlier. And as you can tell, I need to get in better shape because I am struggling right now. So what I'm going to do is go to the break. And then when we get back, I'm going to recap a little bit about the biggest news of the day. And then we're going to go into our countdown, which is the top 5 things we're looking to do over the All-Star break. So stick around. A lot more Gwynn and Chris on the way. I'm in the loft at Petco Park. Thanks for listening on 97.3 The Fan. Back here in the loft, 97.3 The Fan. I'm Matt Scraby. This is Gwynn Chris, and I am better now, everybody. I can breathe. I'm not sweating anymore. Things are going to be okay. And we're going to have the countdown here shortly. But I just think that people need to, and I'm not saying that people aren't doing this, but fans really need to appreciate what is happening right now with Manny Machado and the history that he's making. Because think about it. He chose San Diego in free agency. He came here. He wanted to be here. And then he chose to get an extension that would put him in a Padres uniform for the rest of his career. And I think that is a huge thing for San Diego and for San Diego Padres fans, because for the longest time, it was never like that. Guys didn't want to come here because the Padres weren't willing to either open the checkbook or because the team wasn't very good. But people don't like Eric Hosmer, but Eric Hosmer was the one who started all of this. And he came to San Diego before any big free agent did. And he brought one of his good friends, Manny, and then everything else followed. And guys want to play here. Guys, this stadium is just alive every single night. And I think that makes it easy for these guys to choose the Padres in free agency, not even if they're offering a ton of money. But I think that with what Manny Machado is doing and the history that the Padres have with Tony Gwynn having over 3,000 hits and Manny Machado, having a chance to get 3,000 hits in a Padres uniform, I think that's pretty special. And again, I'm not saying that people aren't realizing that, but I think on a day-to-day basis, when you stop and you take a look around at what's going on with the Padres, I think when you realize that this is something special and this is something that we will talk about in the future, like this history, I think that we need to live in the moment a little bit more. And I'm talking for myself too. I can't get too worked up about every single game. I have to stay on the path of the season. The season-long struggle it is for baseball teams to win a lot of games. And with the All-Star break coming up, I think that's going to be like a perfect break for everyone to kind of forget about things for a second. And then when they take the field on Friday in Washington, then the second half is on, and the second half is where they did their damage last year. And I know this team is different. I know this team's not the same as last year, but they still have the same manager. They still have the same core pieces. And I think that that's something that we need to pay attention to. And I'm really looking forward to seeing where this team could go in the second half. Now, are they going to have hard work? Yeah, it's going to need hard work to get to the playoffs. Are they going to need to play more consistent baseball? Yeah, they're going to need to play more consistent baseball. Are they going to need to hit more? Absolutely, they're going to need to hit more. They just, right now, they're stuck in the middle of the season and they're keeping themselves afloat. And we've talked about this a couple times this week, is that keeping yourself afloat is really the way to go in the middle of a season. Not every single team is going to be the Dodgers or the Phillies. Not every single team is going to have a season where it's going to just, everything's going to go right for them. Look at the Dodgers. They lost 6 in a row. They lost 2 series in a row. They lost a series to the Astros at home. So I know that things have been a little bit frustrating this year. And I know that things have been not what we wanted this year so far. But I'm happy with where it's at right now. They're still in a playoff spot, or they're still in contention for a playoff spot, and they have a lot of games to go. So this season's not lost, as much as people tell me it is, or some people tell me it is. It's not lost. This season is still well within reach. And when these guys, they have a team full of guys that when the lights go on, when the bright lights go on, they perform. And with Fernando starting to make his way back, he had his dad come into town and work with him on his hitting. And last night he hit a home run and he almost had a second home run, but he got it robbed. This team is moving in the right direction. So I am excited about that. And might be living in a little bit of a high right now of interviewing Manny Machado, but Manny Machado is the guy who everybody needs the credit for where the Padres are at right now. People look at him. Guys in the clubhouse look at him for guidance. He's the leader of this team. And you could see it. You could see over time with Manny being here that he has become more willing to become a leader, a vocal leader, an out front leader. And that's what he's done. And the rest of the team follows him in that. So We have the countdown coming up in just a second. We also are going to do the Big Five at 4:40. Again, if you missed Manny Machado, we're going to be replaying that interview at 5 p.m. And then Sammy Lev is going to take over at 5:40 for the EcoWater SoCal Padres pregame show right here on 97.3 The Fan, starting at 5:40. Before we go to traffic, I want to thank my guy Christian, who is walking around here somewhere. He was listening to the show, and he works with the Padres, and he brought me a water. So Christian is the man. Christian's the man for bringing me a water. He was listening, saw I was in need, and came and helped me. So I appreciate you, Christian. I hope you're still listening. All right, this is Gwynn Chris. We're going to have the countdown right after we take a check at our traffic.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by Eliminate Termite, the orange oil experts. Got a few problems here, guys. We still just crashed on southbound 805 near Home Avenue. Those vehicles are over to the right shoulder. Also, getting reports of a collision on eastbound 8 just past Marina Boulevard. A couple cars involved. They're over to the right shoulder. We're also getting reports of a collision on southbound 125 near the 8, not showing if lanes are blocked. Have termites? Eliminate Termite inspects, treats, and repairs termite damage, all with a full structural warranty. Their orange oil treatment is safe for people, pets, and the planet. No tent, no move out. Protect your home naturally. Schedule a free inspection at eliminatetermite.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's now time for Gwynn and Chris to rank their top 5 of the day.
Gonna grip and rip as usual.
But this isn't just a regular top 5 list.
I love it. It sounds sadistic, but I love it.
This is the countdown. And it starts right now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, Tony, the All-Star break is coming up, and you're going to be taking some much-needed time off. So our topic today is going to be top 5 things you're looking to do over the All-Star break. And we'll get into that in just a second. If you love Mediterranean food, try Spiro's for authentic Mediterranean Coronado or La Jolla for dining or takeout options. Visit spiroscuisine.com. You're up first, Tony. What's your number 5?
Nothing. Number 5, we'll start with nothing. I am looking forward to doing nothing starting on Monday. It's been a long time since I've been able to do nothing. Typically, even when there's an off day, I'm here with you guys.
Yeah.
And so, yes, doing nothing will be fun, but that will only last for increments in time being around my house. And so that's why it's only number 5. I would love for it to be number 1. But I know that that's not going to actually happen.
I mean, you're a guy who does something every single day. Sometimes nothing is great, and then you're like, "What do I do?"
I don't disagree with you. I don't say what do you do. I know exactly what to do, and that's nothing.
Okay.
But that's number 5 on my list.
All right, my number 5 is I will be working next week, but it's not going to be with Padres in mind, so it's going to be a little bit easier, I guess, because there's not so many time constraints and certain things that we have to do, recording before the show, things of that nature.
Really?
What?
It's going to be easier.
For me, because we don't have to record before the show. I don't have to put the videos together. All of that stuff. Why are you so upset with that?
I'm not upset with it. I can't wait to check in with you after Monday and say how easy it was without the Padres stuff.
So when we talk to each other for the first time, it'd be like, "How was your week?" I'll be like, "Man, it was so stressful."
No, not that it was stressful. It was a lot. I mean, typically, we record, so you're not boom, 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 boom on the show, so you get a little break in there at times.
Now I'm getting a little anxiety about next week because I have 4 5-hour days in a row with this gravy show. All right, Tony, what's your number 4?
Number 4 on my list is I actually am looking forward to watching the All-Star game.
Okay.
I am excited that we have moved back to the uniforms of the teams. The Padres, when Manny Machado comes out on the starting lineup, he'll have his white his white with the brown pinstripe uniform on. And I can't tell you how happy I am after watching the teams look exactly alike over the last couple of years. It wasn't it. It's representative of your city and the organization you play with. You couldn't tell who was who. You couldn't tell.
You mean you didn't like the black and blue uniforms that they and the orange and blue or
No.
black, whatever they wore? last
Wasn't
year?
a fan. Wasn't a fan at all. So I'm looking forward to the All-Star game in part because of that. I want to see what these teams look like in uniform again. It's going to be fun.
My number 4, since we don't have to do recording, I'm going to go for a hike 2 of the 4 days before. I mean, a hike is maybe ambitious, but I'm going to go for
Why is it ambitious?
I'm going to go for a trail walk because when I say hike, I think you mean like 5 miles or something like that. No, I'm just going to do like a quick 2.5 mile loop 2 times next week because I need to get myself in shape. That's what's going on over here. Tony, what's your number 3?
Is that what's going on over here? Is that what it is?
Well, when I was running around the stadium earlier and I was sweating like a pig, I was like, okay, you need to lose weight.
Well, first of all, you're sweating like a pig because it's hot outside.
Okay.
All right. All
right. Yeah.
So there's.
I mean, I would be sweating more until SD Fat Loss came around, and then they helped me a little bit with my sweating.
There you go. All right. Where are we at? Number 3?
Number 3.
Number 3 on my list. Way back in March, my middle daughter, Jordan, had a birthday. I was in spring training, and they had a bunch of like soccer tournaments, so we really didn't get to celebrate it. We will be celebrating it. I think it's Wednesday.
Okay.
Celebrating her 16th birthday. She is now the driver number 2.
Dang.
Which is it's been nice. It's been nice she's been able to take herself places and I don't have to drive anymore.
That is nice.
But mom is very nervous about her getting out and driving, so she can only go so far. But nonetheless, we will be celebrating her 16th birthday a few months later.
That's awesome. When I had my 16th birthday, I got my driver's license same day, and my mom was immediately making me do errands for her. She was like, go pick up your brother, go pick up your sister, go here, go to the grocery store, go there. And I was like, yes, please. I want to do whatever I can to get in that car and
get out of
drive
here.
around.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
My number 3 is I'm going to play a little bit more video games because there's no Padres game on to watch. So I'm going to, play Modern Warfare, maybe a little bit more MLB The Show. My March to October is getting there. Xander Bogaerts in March to October is hitting 350. So that's what I'm going to do, video games. What's your number 2? Let me reset. Number 2 thing that you are looking forward to doing over the All-Star break?
Sleeping. Numbers 2 is sleeping. I get good amount of sleep on the road, but this last little run where we've been at home, and it's been nice. Don't get me wrong, It's been nice to not have to pack up a bag and get ready to leave. But I could use some shut eye.
Yeah, I mean, when you're at home, you have to still do all the dad things.
Especially now. My wife is not in town right now, so it's me holding it down with the three of the kids, and everybody's alive. And no, I'm joking. It's I got to make sure that they're getting up because it's not will sleep all day.
That's
all
crazy.
All day. And, with the exception of Trey, who's still growing.
Yes.
The other ones, they're already. I think they don't need to keep sleeping all day long. Got stuff to do around the house.
It was a curse for my parents because I have always woken up 6 a.m., 6:30. It doesn't matter. I've never slept in. I was always jealous of the people that could sleep past like 8 a.m. It's ridiculous.
I'll take it 8 a.m. Boy, that's nice.
Well, yeah. Especially when you're on dad duty. 8 a.m. is like 2 p.m.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. My number 2 is I'm gonna spend some more time playing with Lucky. I think I've been ignoring him a little bit these days. I've been a little stressed with things going on, so I'm going to hang out with Lucky a little bit more. All right, Tony, what is your number 1 thing you're looking forward to over the All-Star break?
The number 1 thing I'm looking forward to over the break. I remember I told you earlier that I would love for the number 5 to be number 1, which is do nothing.
Do nothing.
The reason why 5 can't be number 1 is because this beautiful young lady I have, my wife, will be consuming all of the rest of that time. And so I plan on taking her to a few dinners, a few movies. She loves to go to the movies. I don't know what's out there. She's kind of a horror movie person. I'm not a horror movie person. So we fight a little bit about, because I don't want to be in a movie theater jumping around. Like, I just want to enjoy the flick.
Do you like rom-coms?
I do like rom-coms.
I've heard The Materialist is very good with Pedro Pascal, Dakota Johnson, and one of the Hemsworth brothers, I believe.
All right.
All right.
I don't know if I want to see
that. You're not into that one, huh?
I'm sure that sounds like one she's going to pick, so I probably will end up seeing it.
I can't even remember the last time I saw a movie in a theater.
Nah, but probably get a couple dinners, go to a couple of movies.
Do some quality husband-wife time.
Absolutely.
All right. My number one is I'm excited for the All-Star festivities. I like the Home Run Derby. I like the All-Star game. I want to see what the Padres do, and it's going to be fun to see. What is it? 4 Padres at the All-Star game?
Yeah.
4 Padres at the All-Star game. One of them starting.
Suarez, Adam, Machado. Who was the new one just added?
Why am I forgetting?
It's going to come to me.
This is bad.
It's a reliever.
This is bad. Why am I forgetting this right now? Oh, my gosh. Anyway, let me see. I'm going to Google this real quick. This is really bad. Padres All-Stars. Oh, Fernando. Duh.
Oh, yeah.
How did I forget that?
So that's right. I don't know. Suarez was the one that was added.
Yeah. All right, so that's what I'm looking forward to. That's what Tony and I are looking forward to over the All-Star break. That was the countdown. When we get back, more Gwynn and Chris. Yes, more Gwynn and Chris right now, everybody. Thank you to Tony for doing the countdown. He'll be back for the Big Five here in about an hour or so, a little bit less than an hour. So right now, though, I just read this AJ Casville article, and we were talking a little bit in the dugout about this sort of thing. Not AJ Casville and I, but Tony and I. But Michael King is making huge, huge, huge strides coming back to the team and to the rotation. And the latest news on Michael King is that he went through a full bullpen yesterday, and he's really confident that he's going to make it back in August. And so that's kind of what we said a few weeks ago when we were thinking about him building back up. But I do think that Michael King, when he gets back to the rotation, it's just going to change everything, because now you got 3 aces at the top. You got your Michael King, you got Yu Darvish, and I guess I can't really put Dylan Cease in the ace role right now, but it extends the rotation, and that's a big deal for this team, because they're not going to have these spot starts. We haven't really seen too many bullpen games this year, but they're not going to have any bullpen games. They'll be able to go to their starters and hopefully help out the bullpen a little bit more, because we've seen the bullpen been used a ton this year, and so they're going to need to dial back a little bit on how frequently they use the bullpen. And media was they pointed out to Michael King that his bobblehead night is August 20th. And then King said that media said that it would be a good day to return on your bobblehead night. And he gave a skeptical look to the media, and he offered the first hint of a potential target date. He said, quote, "It'll be well before that. That would not be a good one." So he feels pretty good. Like, I don't think that Michael King would come out and say all these things if he wasn't feeling as good as he is. And we heard from him in the clubhouse the other day, and it was more like he doesn't need to worry about soft tissue stuff. He doesn't need to worry about shoulder stuff, because it was a nerve impingement. And so it's not like there was something structurally wrong with his shoulder. Hey, listen to me, I sound like a surgeon right now. But there's not like anything structurally wrong with his shoulder, so he doesn't have to worry about like, am I going to re-injure myself? He just has to worry about getting that nerve to allow him to throw without any pain. And it sounds like that's what's happening. I guess it's called the thoracic nerve is firing. They keep saying firing, which I think is really funny. But he's taking an aggressive approach to his rehab, and he hasn't pitched since late May. And so he wants it to be where he's ready to go when he comes back. It's pain-free, and then increase his strength throughout the next couple weeks. And then they're going to, I don't know if they'll probably have him do some rehab starts down in, low or Lake Elsinore, or maybe even AAA, but he'll be back before we know it. And hey, I know he's missed a lot of this year. I know that he has not been there, but it will sure be good to have him back when he's ready to go, because this rotation needs it. And as I said, This bullpen needs it. Jason Adam has appeared in an incredible amount of games, 45 games. Also, Adrian Morejon has appeared in a lot of games. Jeremiah Estrada has appeared in a lot of games. And I don't see that being sustainable down the stretch. I just don't see a bullpen being able to be used over 100 times in a year, maybe 90 to 100 times in a year, and then have enough gas for the postseason. Jason Adam has 46 games this year. Adrian Morejon has 45 games this year. Jeremiah Estrada, 44 games. Robert Suarez, 42 games. And Wandy Peralta, 40 games. So those 5 guys right there, excuse me, they've pitched a lot this year. A lot. Like, Jason Adam almost pitched half of the games so far this year. That is incredible. That doesn't seem sustainable to me whatsoever. So having Michael King back, having him in the rotation is going to go a long way for this team. All right, I'm Matt Scraby. This is Gwynn and Chris, 97.3 The Fan. When we get back, we are going to play a little bit of Padres trivia, just like we did earlier in the week. So give us a call, 833-288-0973. Get in line. That's what's up next on 97.3 The Fan. There's a Roadrunner. Meet me. He doesn't like me. I guess I wouldn't like me either if I was chasing me. As you can see, I'm all Aztec'd out here at the Aztec Baseball Tournament. It's the SDSU Baseball Alumni Tournament. Right now, we are 1 under in the scramble. And Chris is playing well, Tony's playing well. But our ringer, Jack Townsend, is playing really well. So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Scrape. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but I can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You've hit some.
We are League 10 now, and it's getting really windy. It's actually kind of cold. I'm not gonna lie, I know we're in San Diego, but we're 3 under as a group. We just got off the birdie, and I just hit my defense. There's a squirrel. He wants to attack me. Curly! We just got our second birdie of the day thanks to this guy.
Yeah, a 4-footer after.
It was a 5-footer.
After our pro drove it 300 to the front of the green and then chipped it within 5 feet.
Uh-oh.
Gravy, don't feed the animals.
Don't feed the animals. I do feed animals, but Chris made a birdie putt. Leaving the golf course. And we ended up shooting 63 once everything was accounted for, since it was a scramble and we had an SDSU golf player, Jack Townsend. He was with us and he did a lot for us. I think we shot 63 because of him, but we all had a good time. There's a Roadrunner. Meet me. He doesn't like me. I guess I wouldn't like me either if I was chasing me. As you can see, I'm all Aztec'd out here at the Aztec Baseball Tournament. It's the SDSU Baseball Alumni Tournament. Right now, we are 1 under in the scramble. And Chris is playing well, Tony's playing well. But our ringer, Jack Townsend, is playing really well. So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Scrape. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but I can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
We are league 10 now, and it's getting really windy. It's actually kind of cold. I'm not gonna lie, I know we're in San Diego, but we're 3 under as a group. We just got off the birdie, and I just hit my defense. There's a squirrel. He wants to attack me. Squirrely! We just got our second birdie of the day thanks to this guy.
Yeah, a 4-footer after.
It was a 5-footer.
After our pro drove it 300 to the front of the green and then chipped it within 5 feet.
Uh-oh.
Gravy, don't feed the animals.
Don't feed the animals. I do feed animals, but Chris made a birdie putt. Leaving the golf course. And we ended up shooting 63 once everything was accounted for, since it was a scramble and we had an SDSU golf player, Jack Townsend. He was with us and he did a lot for us. I think we shot 63 because of him, but we all had a good time. There's a Roadrunner. Meet me. He doesn't like me. I guess I wouldn't like me either if I was chasing me. As you can see, I'm all Aztec'd out here at the Aztec Baseball Tournament. It's the SDSU Baseball Alumni Tournament. Right now, we are 1 under in the scramble. And Chris is playing well, Tony's playing well. But our ringer, Jack Townsend, is playing really well. So. So Chris says I can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting.
And it is just Matt Scraby for right now. Chris is back on Monday, and oh, there's my headphones. I was like, am I on? Yes, I'm on. Chris is back on Monday. Tony is going to be on TV tonight for the Phillies series. He's actually returning to radio tomorrow, so he's going to go TV tonight, radio tomorrow, and then TV again on Sunday, and then the All-Star break. So lots of Padres baseball before the break, and this is going to be a tough series. This is absolutely one of those series that kind of, I guess I can't say measuring stick, because baseball doesn't really have measuring stick games halfway through the year, but they are going to be facing, as you heard Manny Machado say earlier, they are going to be facing 3 Cy Young capable pitchers, and so it's not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination. If you want to hear the Manny Machado interview we did earlier, you can go to 973thefansd.com. There is a blog page up right now, and it has the YouTube video. You can also go to YouTube. Just search 97.3 The Fan when you go there. And if you are in your car or if you're at work and you're listening and you don't want to listen to it right now, we're going to have it for you again at 5 p.m. But right now is time for our game, which we've been doing this week. It's Padres trivia, and it's been going okay. I think I made the questions a little too hard earlier in the week, but we're going to do it one last time here today. And if you win, you'll be qualified for a chance to win the grand prize, a 2-night stay at Park MGM Las Vegas, 2 tickets to Motley Crue on September 19th, and a $100 gas card. Catch Motley Crue's Las Vegas residency at Dolby Live at Park MGM September 12th through October 3rd. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com. Let's go to our first contestant, Kevin. Hello, Kevin. How are you doing?
Hey, Scrape. How you doing?
Pretty good. You ready to play?
Yep. Let's go.
All right. Here we go. Oh, I forgot to tell Adam, you can turn that down just a little bit because it's very loud in the computer. Anyway, all right. Who? And let me explain the rules. I didn't even explain the rules. I'm all out of sync right now. The rules are you have to get 3 questions in a row right. There's no Chris here to get it wrong, so you have to get them all right. You can't just back your way into it. All right, now we can go. And Kevin, who has been caught stealing? I don't want to ask that. That was a bad question. I'm sorry. Who has drawn the most walks this season?
Most walks. Tatis.
Tatis is correct. All right. Let's go to our next question. Oh my gosh, that was loud. But thank you, Adam. All right. Who has... I already did the hit by pitches. This is embarrassing because my boss is back there and he's going to give me a little talking to. But who has had the most plate appearances this year for the Padres?
So, Arise.
Incorrect. Luis Arraez has 380. Fernando Tatis Jr. has 400 plate appearances. Luis Arraez missed that week, so I think that's what took him out of it. All right. Sorry about that, Kevin. Let's go to our next contestant. We're going to go to Rocco. What's up, Rocco?
Hey, thanks for having me on.
You are welcome. Here we go. You ready for question number 1?
Let's do it.
All right. Who's pitching for the Padres tonight?
Tonight we are starting. Oh, that's it.
That is incorrect. Sorry. Unfortunately not. I'm sorry about that. Rocco, you are eliminated, but it's Ryan Berger is pitching tonight for the Padres. Ryan Berger is pitching. All right, let's go to our next contestant. Oh, it's Bernice. Hello, Bernice. I know you know your Padres.
Hi, Scrappy.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. It's been a bit.
It has been a bit, but you are here now, and we are ready to play.
Okay.
Question number 1. Which 2 Padres hit a home run last night?
Manny Machado and Tatis.
That is correct. All right, so let's go to our next question. They're playing the Phillies tonight. So who was winning pitcher when the Padres were in Philadelphia playing them? Who was the only winning Padres pitcher from that series?
Oh man. Was it better?
You were correct, Bernice. That is good stuff. That is good stuff, Bernice. All right. You get this one right, and you are qualified for this trip to Las Vegas. Now, I'm going to have to make this a little bit difficult, but who is the Padres bullpen coach?
Oh, the bullpen. Oh, man. Oh, I forget his name.
Do you have any sort of name in your head?
I'll make up a name.
Garcia is incorrect. I'm sorry, Bernice. You did very well, Bernice, but try playing again next week, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You are welcome. All right, let's go to our next contestant, which will be Michael. Hello, Michael. You ready to play?
Hey, guys. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. First question. Who got the save for the Padres last night?
Robert Suarez.
Robert Suarez is correct. All right, you move on you move on to question number 2. Last night, Mike Shildt pinch hit for Martin Maldonado. Who was the player that took his spot?
Iglesias?
Iglesias is incorrect. I'm sorry, Michael. Oh, that was Michael in Lemon Grove, I think, actually. All right, next contestant is Hector. Hector.
Good afternoon. Yes.
You ready
Can you
to
hear me?
play? Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. All right, question number 1 is, oh, there we go. Who hit cleanup last night for the Padres?
Okay, hold on. That was Tatis. Right.
Arise is incorrect. It was Gavin Sheets. All right. I think I'm making this a little too hard, but here we go. Last contestant that I have on my list, John, you are up. The prize is still up for grabs. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Oh, it's John from Temecula. All right, John. Here is question number 1. Who played third base last night, John, for the Padres?
Ooh, sounds like a trick question because Manny was in the game. Jeez. Well, if it wasn't Manny and he DH'd, then it would be Iglesias.
Iglesias is correct. Nice job of working that through. All right, here's question number 2. We're just going off of last night's game all of a sudden, but it's fine with me. Jackson Merrill last night, how many walks did he have?
Ooh, 2.
2 is incorrect. I'm sorry. All right. What'd you say, Adam? Oh, here we go. Oh, it's our guy. It's our guy. Gilberto, hello, sir.
Hola, Gravy, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú?
Muy bien. Looking forward for this weekend. This is going to be amazing.
Okay. I know you love your Padres, but you also are a Dodgers fan. Are you a little bit worried about what's going on with your Dodgers right now?
Not really. I mean, it's a long season, Gravy, okay? So things like this are going to happen.
I know. All right, Gilberto, here we go. Question number 1. On Tuesday night, the Padres won 1-0. Who hit the game-winning home run for the Padres?
1-0. That was one of the greatest hitters of our era, Arraez.
That is correct. Luis Arraez did it late in the game. It was a no-doubter for him as well. All right, let's go to question number 2, Gilberto. What was the result of Manny Machado's 2000th hit?
What was the result?
What kind of hit? Sorry.
Well, it was a double down the line on third base.
That is incorrect, Gilberto.
No?
He singled off of Geraldo Perdomo's. He deflected it into left field, but I'm sorry, that is incorrect, Gilberto. We're gonna have to see you soon, Gilberto. Okay. I think he's okay. Who's next, Adam? All right. Hello. What's your name? I don't think they know we're talking to him. What's your name? All right. I don't know. Can you still hear me, Adam? All right, let's go to Banna. Banna, you're going to be our last contestant because this is not going well and this is my fault. Banna, ready for question number 1?
Yes, I am.
All right, here we go. Who did Jackson Merrill rob of a home run earlier this week?
Was it Suarez?
It was not Suarez. It was Corbin Carroll. I'm sorry, Banna. All right, I think that's enough. I should have done a better job with that. This is my fault. This is not anyone's fault but myself. So we will give away the qualification next week. Everybody will be back to Chris vs. the Fans on Monday, so we don't have to do any of these crazy games that I came up with this week. And I appreciate everybody playing. That may have been a little too hard, but I'll get my talking to in the break, and I deserve it. When we get back, I'm going to talk about Adrian Morejon a little bit, and then Mike Shildt talked with the media. We'll hear what he had to say. So we got a lot of Padres stuff going on here on 97.3 The Fan. At Petco Park, Gwynn Chris, 97.3 The Fan. We are about to hear from Adrian Morejon, and if you don't know, if you're just tuning in, Adrian Morejon was selected for the All-Star team today, so he is going to be going to Atlanta with the other Padres, the 4 other Padres. So now there's 5 Padres in the All-Star game, and 3 of those Padres are relievers. So that should tell you how good their bullpen is, and we will hear from him in just a second. We'll also hear from Mike Shildt. He was asked about Adrian Morejon making the All-Star team, and he was also asked about what he's facing with the Phillies coming up here this weekend, which, again, is a very tough test for the Padres. And with the offense the way it has been recently, I hope that yesterday's game was the breakout game for everyone, because it's going to be tough over the weekend with 3 Cy Young caliber pitchers showing up for the Phillies. But that is all ahead tonight. Game 1 between Ryan Bogaerts and Ranger Suarez starts at 6:40 p.m. Sammy Lev with the Eco Water SoCal Padres pregame show starts at 5:40. All right, let's hear from Adrian Morejon. He was selected, as I said, for the All-Star game, and we're going to play the video on YouTube. So if you can and you want to see the video, you can go and search YouTube and search 97.3 The Fan. But you could see the joy in his face making the All-Star team and being able to go to Atlanta. So here is Adrian Morejon being asked about making the team.
Everybody ready? First All-Star game. What was your reaction to the news when you find out?
¿Qué era tu reacción cuando supiste que te dijeron que llegaste al juego de estrella?
Primero que todo, gracias. Y no, obvio, fue una reacción. O sea, tuve muchas emociones pasando en ese momento, ya que es mi primera selección para el Juego de las Estrellas. Y siento que todas las cosas pues salieron bien. Ayer gané el juego y hoy pues tengo esa noticia.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, thanks so much. I was very grateful, very excited to get that news. When I found out, obviously yesterday, got the win as well, and I get that news afterwards, and so just very grateful that all things that just came out the way that it did.
How did you find out the news?
¿Y cómo supiste? ¿Quién te dijo cuando te dijeron?
El gerente, AJ, me lo dijo. Fue quien me lo dijo.
AJ actually told me.
What was the reaction of your loved ones when you told them you were going to the All-Star game?
¿Y la reacción de tu familia cuando le dijiste que ibas a ir?
No, todo el mundo contento, feliz. Obvio, la gente esperando, pero no, todo el mundo contento.
No, I mean, everybody was so happy about it. Obviously, there were some family members that were crying a little bit, but pretty emotional. But, they're all very happy for me.
Adrian, how do you reflect on your journey to this moment and what it means to you to get this recognition?
Si nos puede dar ese recuerdo de cómo ha ido tu trayectoria por estos últimos años y ya llegar a este momento que puedes decir que sos parte del Juego de Estrella.
No, siento que ha sido un gran proceso todos estos años y pues esto desde el año pasado para acá, pues he podido trabajar y sentirme saludable para poder demostrar todas las cosas que estoy demostrando, pero no, más que nada siento que ha sido un proceso bastante largo, pero siento que todo ese proceso ha ayudado a lo que está pasando ahora.
I think it's been a great process to get through, and to, especially since the beginning of last year, just being able to it's just all the hard work that we've been able to do over the past couple of years has been really paid off. And, I'm just glad that this new process has been able to turn out the way that it did.
A little bit earlier talking to the media, and again, you could see how happy he was. You could see that he was enjoying the fact that he's going to be an all-star, and I like that his family cried a little bit. I think, for the black-hearted person that I can be, I really have to take a step back and realize that this is a huge deal for these guys. This is, especially the first time, this is not something that they take lightly, even though earlier in the week I asked Tony if they do care. They absolutely care. My thoughts were, I guess, because I've never played professional baseball, like, okay, I was looking forward to 4 days off, and now I'm going to Atlanta, and I'm going to be playing another game, and I don't get time off. I don't get to rest my arm, but you could see how important this is to everyone. Mike Shildt was also interviewed by the media, and he had some things to say about Adrian Morejon, and here is what he told the media about the selection.
The Oracle yesterday, I think you spoke it into existence, right? You said Morejon pitched like an all-star, and lo and behold, we wake up this morning.
How about that, Palm? Yeah, I mean, well-deserved. Congratulations. I'm glad to see our relieving corps getting the rightful attention it gets. A lot of times we celebrate it with guys, and we talk about at the end of games we bring it home. But a lot of times for those guys to have done that, we have done something offensively that also catches people's eye, and that seventh and eighth inning that throws up a zero, or even the sixth, or yesterday the end of the fifth, and getting to the sixth can get overlooked. And but it's good to see the industry. I don't overlook it; it can get overlooked. But a guy named Randy Cho was a reliever a long time. He said, relievers are people too, and to see those guys getting their right acclimation and acknowledgement is really important. And Morejon is more than deserving of that. I'm super happy for him.
You got a couple more days left. You want to predict anybody else?
Nostradamus days are over for a moment.
Let me ask you a contextual question, Mike. We've talked before about parsing out a record and where you are against teams that are plus 500. But in terms of context, here you are playing the Phillies, leading the East, but you're only in July. So if you would, through your prism and lens, how do you view a series like this against this type of team, but where you are in the month?
Yeah, my answer is probably going to be boring, Palm, because I just view this as very much day to day, and we are in today against a series against a good club in Philadelphia, and we're looking forward to competing against it. But I'm a regardless of circumstance kind of guy, and every game is a game 7-ish for me. We can't approach them that like from a bullpen standpoint, but from a preparation, from a dedication to competition. And my wrap-up point really is it's really about us. It's about how we compete, and it's we were going to respect, we're going to prepare for our opponent, but we need to take care of our own business and how we play the game. We play the game irrespective of opponent and do it right, then that's our best chance to win. And a lot of times that'll take place, and we'll shake hands.
The human element.
That makes sense.
Yeah. The human element, though, from a player's perspective, is it viewed at all as any type of litmus test? Because if you get where you want to be, this might be a team you could see when it is postseason time.
Again, our litmus test is against ourselves. So I appreciate that, but they might be saying the same thing playing us. It's about play. Our litmus test is against how we perform, regardless of opponent. We're always going to have good opponents, a very good opponent on the other side. So I'm not how sure. I know it's a simple way, and maybe people want more or less, but that's the way I view the world.
That is the way that Mike Shildt views the world. Sometimes it's like when Mike Shildt just stops, I'm like waiting on the edge of my seat. What is he going to say? Is he done talking? But there you go. Very happy for his players and his Nostradamus days of predicting all-stars are over. So that's a little bit of what Mike Shildt had to say to the media, and Sammy Lev is going to have much more later on the Eco Water SoCal Padres pregame show starting at 5:40. When we get back to Gwynn and Chris, we have the Big Five. Tony joined me, and we talked about Adrian Morejon in the All-Star game. We also talked about Pete Crow Armstrong. Is he in the MVP conversation? Plus, Najee Harris. Najee Harris. If you don't know, you'll find out when we get back here on 97.3 The Fan.
Ben and Woods.
up the loft, getting some drinks, having a good time. I just met Candace, big-time listener to 97.3 The Fan. So if you want to come over and say hi, you can definitely do that. I'm up in the loft. You'll see our signs, and you can come chat with me, as long as I'm not doing the show, because I am not good at multitasking. I will tell you that. We have the Big Five coming up here shortly. At 5 p.m., we're going to air the Manny Machado interview from earlier. So if you have not listened to it, or you're getting in your car right now, you will be able to hear what we talked about with Manny Machado at 5 p.m., which includes a lot of talk about the history that he made earlier this week on Monday, which, by the way, Tony and I both called it on that he would have it on Monday. We called it the week prior, so we got that right. But he had his 2000th hit, and now he's got 2004 hits. And Manny Machado seems like he's in a different mindset this year. I think having his kid, I think that changed him a lot. I think that he sees things, and this is me just going off of what I'm seeing and feeling, but I think he sees things a little bit different. I remember last year we interviewed him, and I asked him, like, what's it like to now be a dad and be a major leaguer at the same time? And he said it's awesome. Now when I have a bad day at the plate, I can go home, I can hang out with my son, I can hang out with my wife, and we're a little happy family. And I do think that stuff makes a difference. I do think that off the field, being happy off the field, being content with your life off the field will translate into more on-field success. And this might be the best year of Manny Machado's Padres career. It might be. And he still has half of a year to go, or not half of a year to go, but he still has about 60-something games to go. He could put himself right back into the MVP conversation. I could totally see that happening. In the Big Five, we talk about Pete Crow Armstrong and how he put himself in the MVP conversation. But Manny, I think that he's going to turn it on to a next level, because you could just see it in him that he really, really wants to win a championship. And he really, really wants to win a championship for San Diego. Again, he chose San Diego, and he chose San Diego twice because he got the extension and put himself in a Padres uniform for the rest of his career. And 5 p.m., we'll be talking with Manny Machado. Right now, though, we're going to have our traffic and then the Big Five, but I do have to give a little disclaimer. Because Tony is doing TV today, we had to record it a little bit earlier, and this was before the news that Adrian Morejon became an All-Star. So our question is going to say, should Adrian Morejon be an All-Star? But just know that he is. And you'll hear that shortly. But let's first check our traffic report.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser, Alpine Spring Water. Watch out for a stalled pickup truck in middle lane, southbound 15 before El Cajon Boulevard. A tow truck on scene of a crash west 78 at Sycamore. There's a vehicle facing the wrong way over to the right shoulder. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all of their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, here we are, Big Five. We have made it through this far in the show, and we will be replaying Manny here at 5 p.m. So if you missed the Manny interview, just wait. We will be airing him again at 5 p.m. But first, since we have no numbers today, Tony, number 5. Padres relievers Jason Adam and Robert Suarez are all-stars. Adrian Morejon, who has a 1.71 ERA, has a strong case to join them, having not allowed an earned run in his last 24 appearances, holding opponents to a 1.03 average. His expected ERA ranks second among big league relievers behind only former Padres closer Josh Hader. So, Tony, should Adrian Morejon, if there's a spot available, should he be next up to get the call?
That's a no-brainer. Yeah, I think so. There's been a bunch of guys added here in the last couple of days, relievers, closers. I think he's probably the next one up. He has been phenomenal all year long, and he's pitched in many different levels, right? He's come in early in the 5th in a big spot. He's come in the 8th. He's just been terrific all season long. I think he's deserving of it. I think he's deserving of it, quite frankly, without, any help. But I certainly would think he would be the next one in line.
Yeah, it just seems like whenever he comes into the game, you feel pretty good. And like you said, he can do anything. He can close. He can come in the 5th. He can do whatever.
Yeah.
And he's a lefty, so it's an extra little added weapon from him. But I hope he gets the call because that would be pretty cool. I'm feeling really great for Jason Adams. All these things that I'm reading about him making the All-Star team for the first time and how much it actually means to him. Like I asked you the question the other day, do these guys actually care? And I found my answer. The answer is yes, they really do. And so I hope Adrian Morejon can get in there and get an all-star appearance. Number 4, Pete Crow Armstrong's remarkable season continues as the third-year star hit his 24th and 25th home runs in the Chicago Cubs' 8-1 victory over the Twins yesterday. This achievement makes him the third player in Major League Baseball history to reach 25 home runs and 25 stolen bases before the All-Star break, joining Bobby Bonds and Eric Davis. PCA reached this milestone in 92 games. Davis accomplished the feat in 69 games in 1987, which is kind of crazy. And Bonds did so in 91 games in 1973. I'm up first. Should we put PCA in the MVP conversation? I mean, if he keeps going like this, he might be in the MVP conversation. And I still feel stupid when I said, oh, this guy's not Babe Ruth, and then he goes on to become Babe Ruth. Yeah, and so I made a really dumb
hasn't aged well for you.
Dumb offhanded comment that comes back to bite me, but he's really, really good, and he is helping this Cubs team as a first place team, and he's not slowing down. So what do you think, Tony?
I think it's too late. I think he's already in it. He's already in it. I mean, the dude is on a Barry Bonds-like pace. Barry did it in one fewer game. You said 90. He did it in 92, and Barry's in 91. Bobby's and either way.
Yeah.
Bobby
92
was
for PCA.
Yeah, no, this is crazy, crazy good. So yeah, I think he's definitely already in the MVP talks. You can make the argument, if not the whole thing, that he might be the leader in the MVP right now.
How does someone who self-describes him as doesn't have BP power end up hitting 25 home runs?
Yeah, because he's letting the velocity that is in this game do the talking for him. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter that he doesn't have it in BP. The fact that he could do it in the game and get to what we're seeing, 98, 99, 100, over 100 at times, and get the good swing off like that. And he's come a long way, man. He's evolved very quickly, adjusted very quickly. And yeah, man, he's got a chance to chat with him a little bit here when they came to San Diego. Quentin Berry, the third base coach, kind of introduced us. Good dude, good head on his shoulders. Some humility,
That's always a good thing,
which was nice.
I like that.
And yeah, man, you like to see guys like that having that kind of year.
How great is it, though, that the Padres are done with the Cubs?
Great. That's great. That's great because they're actually playing, I think, better now than they were when the Padres were playing them. And, I think they split, right? Padres took 2 or 3 here. They took 2 or 3 in Chicago.
Yeah.
So,
all right, number 3. Chris is going to be this one because there's a question out there. Are the Commanders going to bring back the Redskins name? Some think the Commanders are hinting towards a return with some posts they've made lately. In a happy birthday post to former Washington tight end Chris Cooley, of all the photos the Commanders could have chosen, they picked one with him in his helmet and the Redskins logo right there in your face. And so people look back through different posts, and the social media team has done a really good job of hiding the Redskins logo, but there's been rumors that they want to go back to it, and now they're prominently placing it in a photo, trying to get people a little lukewarm on the idea. There are 2 potential explanations that they just forgot. and it's just there, or they're going to bring it back. So, Tony,
those are the only two explanations
in my mind.
Okay.
What would be the third explanation?
I mean, you don't think there's could be more than two explanations how that could have happened?
Yes, but no.
So you don't. That's
no. Yes, there is other. But Tony, would you be okay with the team going back to Redskins?
I mean, yes, if it is actually, not actually, if it's offensive to someone out there, or a lot of people, a group of people out there. Why do you want to go back so bad?
I think because people are calling for it there.
Okay, so again, I don't know. I'm not out there, but my gut instinct is like if it's that offensive to someone, just to a group of people, why not? On the other hand, if this was manufactured in some way, which I don't think it was, then okay. But at this point, you've made the change. Why go back? Why rebrand in a matter of what?
3
or 4 years?
Yeah.
You changed it. You went through all that to change. Now you're going to change back? Like, it doesn't make sense.
New owner, he might want to bring it back or whatever. But do I think
we should save the money instead of rebranding and put it towards the football that's on the team?
Well, but why? You can make more money selling brand new jerseys.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You got you got to buy a new jersey thing again.
I looked this morning to see what people are saying, and the family of the man who is the Redskin logo is kind of upset that they took the Redskins name away. They say it's okay. Others say it's not okay. So you're kind of stuck in the middle. I would if I was the owner and all that in the Commanders team, I would really have some big time conversations with the people that matter and see if this would be offensive. Because if it's not, then why not bring it back?
I agree.
All right. Number 2, Chargers running back Najee Harris sustained a superficial eye injury during a 4th of July fireworks mishap in Antioch, California. But according to his agent, will be ready for the NFL season. Multiple people were injured in the late night explosion, 12:20 a.m. on July 5th, and Harris reportedly was hospitalized at John Muir, where my brother and sister were born, and Stanford hospitals. So he went to two different hospitals. My question is, and I'm up first, should an athlete ever be near fireworks? And the answer is no. I don't know why this still happens. And by the way, I think fireworks are illegal up there. So what are you doing, Najee?
Is he in California? Where's he at?
He's in Antioch. Yeah, he's up near the Bay Area.
Yeah, that's California. I think he's got pretty
strict. I know Orange County sells some sort of fireworks, but this one, I mean, if it's hitting you in the eye, or if it's lacerating your eye or superficial injury, this is not good. I mean, JPP blew off his fingers with a firework. I don't know what Najee Harris is doing here. Fortunately, it seems like he's okay, but what do you think, Tony?
I don't know, man. It's just like, I'm not a risk taker as it is. And these are things like we did when we were kids, like when we didn't know any better, like when we were willing to risk it all to see how long we could hold on to the firecracker,
so
right? That's what we did when we were like young. I don't have the desire to hold a firecracker in my hand, light it, and play the how long can I hold it game. I have zero desire to do that.
Why are we so stupid?
So, and I'm not saying that he did. Clearly, he could have got caught by some projectiles, but that's the thing is I don't even want to really be like, I want to be like in a distance where you're like watching over like a cliff or something and you're watching fireworks from like that's what I want to see. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to be so close that projectile can lacerate my eye.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds awful. That sounds really, really bad.
Najee's he's still in his 20s, isn't he?
I think he's like 26 or 27.
Yeah, there you go.
And he's from California, so he's at home with his friends and all of that. I told a story last week about how when I was a kid, we put a firework in a fence and we lit it, and then we were waiting for it to explode, and the fuse went out, and I was like, we did rock, paper, scissors, who's going to go check it? And I was the one to go check it. And as I'm reaching up for it, it explodes.
Yeah, we've just been playing rock, paper, scissors just to see who won, because I wasn't going to go over there if I lost. I can tell you that.
I was a dumb kid.
Yeah.
I was a really, really dumb kid. I was like, yeah, let me go up there and touch this firework. It's probably on fire still. But hopefully he's okay. All right, number one, the Yankees, after Mariners starter Brian Wu held them hitless into the eighth and trailing 5-0, mounted a pretty nice comeback.
Yeah,
Down 5-3 in the ninth, they rallied against all-star closer Andres Munoz, and a Yankee source confirmed that Trent Grisham, who signaled pitch types from second base, tipped off teammates to Munoz's slider, leading to their 6-5 walk-off win in 10 innings. And when I say they told the hitters what was coming, they basically just waved their arms in the air real quick before the pitch came. So this pitch tipping thing is not new, obviously. Sign stealing is not new, obviously. But, Tony, is there anything that can be done to stop from guys on second alerting the hitter?
I'm so tired of this stupid conversation. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. Nothing needs to be done. Nothing. I don't even have the words for like how silly I think it is that we are having a conversation about how can we stop sign stealing. You know how you stop sign stealing? Don't let your signs. Yeah. You know what? You could go back. You could go back to fingers if you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but no.
Yeah, what I'm saying, you could go back to that. You can maybe like the NBA, right? I was listening to Kevin Durant the other day talk about how the defensives now are like combos. One time down, it'll be zone. One time down, it'll be man. One time down, it'll be like some semblance of a zone, right? Maybe that's what we need to do if you're having that hard of a time keeping your signs to yourself, right? Or you can't hold the ball, cover your glove up in a way where they can't see it. Tough, you know what?
Tough.
Sorry.
I almost said the word for some reason.
Don't do that. But I'm sorry. Like, I get it. It's frustrating, but dang, like, I mean,
they still have to hit the ball.
They do got to hit the ball, but it's a lot. I'll be honest. It's a lot easier when you know what's coming. But that being said, you got to. Hey, I watched a dude like Ryan Dempster do this kind of craziness because he didn't want anybody to figure out what he did.
That's why he did it?
That's part of it. Oh, wow. Do what you got to do. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I agree.
By the way, it hadn't worked on anybody else this year if they got the size because Munoz has been phenomenal.
I think Cal Raleigh should have gone out because after the game he said it was apparent that they could figure out or he was tipping his pitches. Cal Raleigh should have been like, hey, do something better.
It would have been nice if he just picked it up or thought of something in real time because clearly he picked it up. But yeah, man, I'm sorry. This is just, it is what it is. Like, you got to do a better job of not tipping so that they know what it is. They're watching. Everybody's watching.
This is professional baseball. It's the highest level.
Yeah.
If something's going wrong, you change it and you don't hope for a new rule or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. The baseball thing, and that was the big five. The baseball thing is interesting to me because it's like when you ask a baseball expert like Tony Gwynn Jr., he gets so mad when I ask him questions like that. But it is and has been part of the game forever. So if you haven't seen this from last night, the clip of the guys at second base, like one of them literally just waves his arms in the air as the pitch is about to be delivered. And I know it's not as easy as just being like, okay, I know that there's a slider coming, and then you go for it, but because it's, you still have to hit the ball. There's still break on the ball. There's still fastball. It's just. It's interesting how people react when you talk to them about baseball things and baseball rules. All right, so I'm Matt Scraby. This is Gwynn and Chris. Tony Gwynn Jr. is on TV. He is off, but he'll be back because when we get back on the show, we are going to hear from Manny Machado. We talked to him a little bit earlier about his 2000th hit and some of the things that are going on this season with the Padres. So stick around. That Manny Machado is up next on 97.3 The Fan. Final half hour of the week for Gwynn and Chris. I'm Matt Scraby. Tony Gwynn Jr. will be back shortly talking to Manny Machado. We'll have that for you in just a second. But first, I would like to talk about some news real quick. The Home Run Derby has a change in it, and Matt Olson of the Braves is going to replace Ronald Acuna Jr., who had confirmed he was in it, but he was scratched the other day, from the lineup earlier this week due to back tightness, and then he came the next day and hit 2 home runs, but he is not going to be in the Home Run Derby. Matt Olson is going to replace him in the Home Run Derby. Also, I probably should have started with this news, but Adrian Morejon has been named to the All-Star team. So he's been selected. He will be going to Atlanta along with 4 other Padres. I wonder if they all take the same plane. I think that would be kind of cool if they do take the same plane. But think about that. You got 3 Padres relievers in the All-Star game, and all 3 of those guys could potentially close games for the Padres down the stretch. So I feel pretty good. With those guys. I mean, Adrian Morejon hasn't given up a run in 24 appearances. That's incredible. That's incredible. Robert Suarez, 27 saves on the season now. Jason Adam, we know about him. We know how much he's been used this year and how great he's been this year. So 5 Padres, including Manny Machado and Fernando Tatis Jr., heading to the All-Star game. The Home Run Derby on Monday, and then the game on Tuesday. Earlier today, Tony and I had the privilege and honor to talk to Manny Machado after he got his 2000th hit off Zach Gallen on Monday. So without further ado, I told everybody we would be playing it. Here is our visit with Manny Machado.
Ladies and gentlemen, Manny Machado has joined the show. Manny, welcome. How are you, my friend?
I'm good.
I guess we got to start with the most important part. I mean, you reached a pretty big milestone, hit 2,000. You had 2004 now. You hit 350 early in the year. I mean, at what point in the offseason, at what point at all does this start to become something that you're actually thinking about? Because, I mean, that's a lot of hits, man. You ain't thinking about that from the beginning.
I knew the 3,000 was coming. I mean, I knew both of them going into the season where I was at, how many I was missing to get to those milestones. But thinking about it, I mean, right to like when you got 2 hits left. I'm not gonna lie, I've been searching for those 2 hits for a while, and man, I said it earlier this week. I mean, it's really hard to get a hit in the big leagues.
Yeah,
and it made me realize that just looking for those 2 hits, you're I mean. The ones before have come. I mean, I hit 3 yesterday. That was, it kind of just came. But when you're searching for it, when you want to hit those 2 hits, man, it's finally you get it, and it's kind of like, all right, let's go. Now let's get it past it and enjoy it.
Did it weigh on you as you got closer? I mean, you started about 100 away when you came into the
100.
season. Did it weigh on you as you started to get closer?
Not really. I think when it got really close, I think when it was when it kind of started thinking about it the last couple, and it didn't help that I kind of got into a little fun going into, Cincinnati and Philadelphia. I'm like, man, those are the 2 places you want to get hot. I'm like, all right, I'm good. I'm going to these 2 places, get a few homers, get a few knocks, hopefully, get it done on the road. And then, you go to Cincy, we get almost no hit by Nick, and then that whole road trip kind of just went to spiral, and I couldn't really get it. But you know what? I think everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
It kind of felt good to do it in front of the home crowd and get the standing ovation and do it in front of the people that support you every single day. So I think it kind of worked out even better.
Talking to Manny Machado here on 97.3 The Fan for Friar Friday. And one of the things I love about you is that you love the game and the history of the game and the history behind the stats and all that stuff. And do you ever get to stop and think about 40 years from now, 30, 40 years from now? I know I'm going to be telling my unborn grandchildren that I'm sitting here interviewing you right now because I think you're going to be in the Hall of Fame. But do you ever give yourself the ability to stop and think about how you're going to be remembered?
Not really, honestly. Not really. I love living in the moment. I people ask me, how's it feel to hit 2,000 hits? Were you even thinking about that? And honestly, I kind of don't even want to reflect on it yet. I think I kind of want to wait for that and kind of look back and really realize, how cool all of this is. I kind of just, I mean, that's how I live life. I like living in the moment. I just enjoy every single day I come. Today's a brand new day, put yesterday in the past and enjoy what's today going to bring us. Right. And, I kind of just try to live by that way. But hopefully, one day I definitely want to look back. I know they're pretty cool numbers. They're pretty cool things I've been doing so far. But I kind of just want to keep living in the moment for a little bit more.
How long can you see yourself playing in your 40s?
I mean, I got no choice. I got no choice.
Deeper into your 40s, can you see yourself?
I mean, how this game is going, probably not. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try to. I mean, look, there's two sides of things, right? There's obviously I'm gonna be a little bit older. The game's gonna be younger. Game's probably gonna be faster. I mean, when I came up 10 years ago, I mean, it was average. You had two guys in the bullpen throwing 96.
Right.
I mean, you have two guys throwing 96 now, and everybody else is throwing harder than that.
Right. Right.
That's the lowest now at this point. So, is the game gonna be at that level when I'm in the 40s? Who knows? But on the flip side of that, I mean, there's going to be technology. There's going to be stuff that you can do a lot better to take care of your body a lot better. You're going to be able to recover faster. And I think, me knowing myself, I'm probably going to be ahead of that curve on trying to take care of my body as best as I can.
Talking to Manny Machado here on Friday 97.3 The Fan. And I want to know, because you hit number 2000 was a hard hit single. Number 2001, a homer. Would you have switched those in your mind? Or are you happy with how it played out?
No, I think I'm good how it played out. I think it's better kind of just to have that moment for yourself and kind of just say, man, I would have preferred a double, honestly.
Okay.
I would have preferred a double than a single. But even before that, I was even telling Bogey, I walked out, I'm like, man, I think I'm going to butt. I think I'm going to butt one, just to kind of get a little closer to that 2000.
That would have been memorable if you would have bunted on your 2000 hit. Let me ask you, because you obviously knew, you talked about earlier, you coming in 100 short. Did that help you lock in early in the season? Typically, you're a little bit of a slower start, but from the get-go, you've been the same guy all season long.
Yeah. Maybe. I think I kind of started when the season started. I didn't even have that number in it, and then I kind of got hot. Started hitting 2-3 hits, 4 hits here and there. Got really hot at one point, and the number started creeping up, and I was like, man, you look up and you're May, and you're like, man, you're only 20, 30 away. Like this is a possibility you can get even before your birthday. So that kind of got pretty cool. And I was trying to reach it before my birthday. Obviously, it didn't happen. But yeah, I mean, that number was. I think as the season got on, I think it got a little bit more realistic.
Yeah. As you know, we've been rolling along in this season, and you've reached these milestones, and we turn to the rest of the season as you guys turn to the second half. What are some of the things you think the ball club has got to improve on in order to get where you guys are trying to go?
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. I think you can't just be like, we're good at one thing, we're not in the other. No, I think we got to improve. There's room for improvement in our aspects of our game. Our best bullpen is our best bullpen right now. It's our best bullet. I think there's room for improvement there as well. Obviously, our offense hasn't really been performing as the last 2 months as we started off, but we've had a pretty good record here in the second half as of late. So. And we know we've been underperforming a little bit as a group, as a team. But I know we got a lot left in the tank. There's always, I always talk about the roller coaster, and this is a roller coaster. And
it always is.
We got that bad part out of the way early, which is a good thing. And, hopefully the second half, we're better. But yeah, there's a lot of improvement for a lot of things as a ball club. If we want to ultimately, reach our goal, which is winning a championship, we gotta be great at all aspects of our game.
Talking to Manny Machado here on Friday 97.3 The Fan, and you're facing some good pitching with the Phillies this weekend. Now, I always ask Tony these questions, so now I get to ask another professional baseball player. But how do you prepare going into a series knowing that you're going to be facing three guys that are really good?
Yeah, 3 Cy Young guys.
Yeah.
Really good ball club over there. But Shildt talks about this all the time. It's we want to win a championship. We just talked about these are the guys you're gonna be facing.
Yeah.
These are the guys you got to beat. So how we prepare for them. I think it's a good thing about it. We faced them, maybe a week ago or so. So we kind of, it's kind of fresh in our memory, their bullpen, their guys, how they kind of attacked us. But, just video, man, you kind of have some history with some of these guys. I gotta go do some more research on Wheeler for tomorrow because I can't figure him out.
Everybody's got to do some research on him. It ain't just you, Tom. That's a great point. And you brought up earlier about how velocity's changed and pitchers have gotten better. Yet you've had the same swing from the very moment you got to the league. Why has it that your particular swing has played through the changes and everything that's happened? You've been able to kind of stay the same. Why is that?
I mean, see, I have 3 swings. I mean, I learned this from a young age, and it was always, having multiple different swings, right? Different occasions, lefties that stand on the opposite side, sinker ballers.
Yeah.
Obviously now it's a lot of induce and sweepers. So I kind of learned that in 2020 when I kind of, I had a lot of wag on my swing, on my bat. So I was kind of inconsistent with, bat to barrel. And then, when I got here, they kind of told me like, hey, let's kind of change that. Let's kind of like slow it down. You can stay with your timing. That's more of a timing thing for me, but let's improve it, and I think that improved my, contact, being more consistent with barrels, helped me lay off a lot more pitches. My walks went up a little bit more. But just kind of having different swings, I think, people who kind of just stuck like, all right, this is what I work. I mean, it's 600 at bats,
right?
It's offers, it's different guys, different angles. Now it's sweep, this, that. There's so many different things. So I think you can't just have one.
Swing, yeah.
I kind of vary with my stance. I vary with my hands, move them up and down. Just kind of what your body's feeling. You might have slept on the bed the wrong way. We were on a plane for 6 hours, or for that one day we're on a plane for 12 hours. So your body's not gonna feel the same the next day. So how are you gonna make that adjustment? So I think I've been lucky that I have different, and I know how to adapt to those 3 or 4 different styles of my swing. That it's helped me be a little bit more consistent.
No doubt. Well, Manny, you've been fabulous to watch, man, all season long. We certainly are behind you guys as you guys get ready for the second half. Good luck the rest of the way. Good luck in this next 3-game set. It's going to be a tough one for everybody.
Yes, it will. Thank you.
See you as always,
Appreciate
brother.
Yep.
Thanks very much.
Yes, sir.
That was Manny Machado with us earlier, and that was fun. That was a really good interview. Thank you to Darren and Craig from the Padres PR staff for helping us out and getting that all set up. And perfect timing for Manny to come on the show after getting his 2000th hit earlier this week off of Zach Gallen. Now, you heard during that interview Manny say that he needs to watch some film on Zach Wheeler because he can't figure him out. So I went and looked up the stats. I will tell you how Manny has done against Zach Wheeler when we get back here on 97.3 The Fan. All right, final segment here of Gwynn and Chris for the week. I'm Matt Scraby, filling in for Tony Gwynn Jr. and Chris Ello. Chris Ello back on Monday, everyone. It's so funny how one of us takes some time off and everybody in the chat, and I get texts, is Chris gone? Is he fired? No, he's not fired. He'll be back on Monday. He's just taking a vacation, and he's taking it at a better time than he did last year, because last year Padres ended up going to the wild card, and anyway. But Chris will be back Monday, and Tony's actually going to be taking some nice time off for the All-Star break, which definitely makes sense. When I went to break, I was telling you, or I said I was going to tell you what Manny Machado has done against Zach Wheeler in his career, because Manny, in the interview, said that he needs to go study some more film. So, Manny against Zach Wheeler in his career, 17 at-bats, 235 batting average, 4 for 17. He's only struck out twice. He's only walked once. But here's where I think the big deal is. His OPS is 513 against Zach Wheeler, meaning he has no extra base hits against Zach Wheeler. No home runs, not even any RBIs against Zach Wheeler. So I always think, like, do these guys remember certain at-bats? Do these guys remember things throughout their career? And you could tell that Manny knew Zach Wheeler is not a good matchup for him. And so hopefully that changes this weekend. Phillies are going to be throwing out some real good pitching this weekend. You got Ranger Suarez tonight against Ryan Berger. You got Yu Darvish and Zach Wheeler tomorrow. And you have Nick Pivetta and Christopher Sanchez on Sunday heading into the All-Star break. So pretty good weekend for pitching. Pretty good weekend for the Padres to figure out where they stand. Again, I don't think this is some sort of measuring stick game, but I do think this is a game that will tell you how you match up a little bit against these teams. And if you want to go to the World Series, you're going to have to go through these teams. And that's what Mike Shildt said earlier. Same with Manny Machado. But I thought it was cool that Manny, well, not cool because he doesn't have good numbers, but I thought it was awesome that he remembered that he needs to watch film against Zach Wheeler. If you're just tuning in and you hear the Manny Machado interview, you can go to YouTube, search 97.3 The Fan, or you can go to 97.3thefan.sd.com. There is a blog post up right now that'll take you with the embedded YouTube video. And the Odyssey app. Go to the Odyssey app as well, because we have that. You can go check the Odyssey app. I actually talked to someone the other day about the Odyssey app, and they said that the Odyssey app is awesome for them because they love the chaptering. And so if you don't know, each segment there's a little byline next to each segment in the Odyssey app, and it tells you what we're talking about, and it tells you exactly what you want to hear. So if you don't like something that we're talking about, you can skip ahead to something that you do like, and that goes for all the shows on the station here on 97.3 The Fan. Now, another item of news, Adrian Morejon is an All-Star. He has been selected to the team. That came out a little bit earlier. So, again, Morejon is looking great. Bullpen has had troubles this year, but for the most part, he's been very, very good. And now the Padres have 3 relievers in the All-Star game. And so I've been talking a little bit about Manny Machado and how we need to maybe appreciate him a little bit more. We need to maybe stop for a second and think about what he's doing here in San Diego and him choosing San Diego. Well, I think we have to stop a little bit and look at what the Padres bullpen has in it. I mean, you have 3 of the top relievers in baseball in your bullpen. All 3 of those guys can close. And you got 2 righties and a lefty. So you have Mike Shildt has options if he would want to go with Adrian Morejon in the 9th inning. Robert Suarez is their guy at closer, but we've seen this week alone that Mike Shildt is not afraid to switch up the order of things. Mike Shildt is not afraid to bring in Jason Adam in the 7th instead of the 8th. And, Jason Adams been the 8th inning guy for a long time. But if the matchup dictates that Jason Adam needs to go in the 7th inning, Mike Shildt's not afraid to do that. And that's a huge advantage for Mike Shildt and his decision-making when he's looking at the bullpen, because, you could just keep it status quo You got Estrada in the 7th, you got Jason Adam in the 8th, and you got Robert Suarez in the 9th. But lately, I do feel like Mike Shildt and the Padres are feeling maybe not a big sense of urgency, but they're feeling like they are operating with urgency. And I like that because they know right now these games in the middle of the season could spell the end for them in the end, but they're not going to, even if it doesn't work out for them, they're still putting themselves in a spot to win these games, and they're still putting themselves in a spot to be competitive. So I think you have to be excited about that. And I just can't get over the fact that the Padres have 3 relievers now on the All-Star team. And I can hear the haters right now. Well, Morejon only made it because someone got injured or someone dropped out. Yeah, that's true. But he was the next up, and he was deserving probably to make the All-Star team even before he was selected today. And so you can't look at it that way. You have to look at it like, hey, this is our team being represented in the All-Star game. Our team has 5 guys in the All-Star game. This is a time in Padres baseball that people are going to remember for a long time. So let's, ever since I stopped drinking, I've been trying to do this, and that is stop and take in, it's stop and smell the flowers. And I told this to Tony a couple weeks ago, and he liked it, so I'm going to repeat it. But I told him, Lucky, my dog, reminds me sometimes that you just need to slow down, because when we're on walks and I'm going and Lucky is like, oh my gosh, I just got wow. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to cut out of this for a second. What's your name? Savannah just brought me, I'm going to put it into the camera. Savannah brought me a nice little picture. Thank you, Savannah. Wow, this is incredible. Look at this. She drew me a picture. This is so cool. I'm going to keep this. I am going to keep this. But yeah, so I was just going on and on and on and on and on about that. But please stop and smell the flowers and realize what this Padres team is doing. Jesse Aguilar just tweeted something pretty incredible, and he starts the tweet. Pretty incredible. Per Elias, 2025 Padres are the first team to ever send 3 different relievers to an All-Star game. What an accomplishment. That is wild. I didn't realize that they were the first team ever to send 3 different relievers to an All-Star game. So there, again, another reason that you need to be excited about Padres baseball right now. And yeah, they do need to take care of business. They do need to win games, and they're going to do that. If you let these guys over 162 game season do their thing, I think they're going to end up with a lot more wins than losses. I'm blown away by this little picture from Savannah. Look at this. This is awesome. I was going to go with this one because we were talking about Sean Murphy and him possibly being on the trade block, but then I keep reading that he's not on the trade block. We had Robert Murray reporting yesterday that that the Braves are not going to listen to offers for anyone that's under team contract control past this season 2025, which Sean Murphy is. He is under control until 2029, makes $15 million a year, but he just hit a home run in for Atlanta, and he would change the outlook of this team, I think. And I don't know for sure if he's available or not, but if you have a catcher that can hit like Sean Murphy, and you have a catcher that is, I don't want to say putting together competent at-bats, because I think Martin Maldonado and Elias Diaz are doing their best, but we all know that we get that sinking feeling when they come up in the lineup. And I think if you brought in a guy like Sean Murphy, again, I have no idea the price for him either. So if you're talking about the Braves wanting some of your top prospects like Elio DeVries, I don't know that you could do that. I am open to trading Ethan Salas. I am open to that. And it doesn't really matter what I think because the team is the one that needs to do it. But I'm open to doing something like that to bring a guy like Sean Murphy back to the team right now when this team is in a hunt for a championship. If they brought him in, it would lengthen the lineup. It would give the catcher some power. and it would make the bottom of the lineup a little bit more dangerous, and it would make the bottom of the lineup something that teams don't really want to see. Right now, they're probably sitting there with their hands like, oh, yes, the bottom of the lineup is coming up, because it's been pretty easy for pitchers to get through that bottom of the lineup. And if Sean Murphy could provide that pop that they need at the bottom, then I say do it. And I know that's me kind of being flippant with Adrian Morejon, or not Adrian Morejon, Ethan Salas. But in the end, isn't it supposed to be all about winning a championship? Isn't it supposed to be about doing what you need to do now to win? Like, there's no, I know that there's some people out there that are like, do not trade Ethan Salas. But let me ask you this. If they get Sean Murphy and he hits, 10 to 15 home runs for the Padres over the final part of the season, that is going to launch you into I don't think into a division winner, but that's going to launch you well inside the wild card range. And would you rather win right now, or would you rather see what Ethan Salas has later in his career? And I know talking about trades and all this stuff is difficult because you don't really know what they're going to do. And Sam Levitt just showed up, and we don't really know what Sammy Lev is going to do. But he comes up here. This guy comes up here, and he's like checking all my stuff, and he's like, what's going on? Sam, your thing's right here. Your thing's right here. It's over here. It's over here. I didn't even use your headset because remember last time it got stolen? And so I didn't want to use your headset. As you can tell, Sammy Lev is coming up next on the EcoWater SoCal Padres pregame show. Real quick, though, I said that Matt Olson was replacing Ronald Acuna Jr. in the home run derby. Ronald Acuna Jr. is actually still going to be starting in the outfield. So I think that the tight back, they just didn't want to deal with that. And so they needed a representative from the Braves, and Matt Olson is the guy. Sam. Man, oh man, he's just shaking his head. People think that Sam and I don't like each other. We actually are. We get along very well. And he likes to give me a hard time. Vice versa. I'm just stalling until I think the outro music is coming real soon. Adam in my ear, 45 seconds. Let me get this in real quick. Gavin Sheets, 4 of his 5 games with 2 hits against left-handers have come in the past 5 weeks. He has 17 hits in his past 40 at-bats against lefties. He's batting 289 against them this season. That's 121 points higher than his average against them in the first 4 seasons. Xander Bogaerts, 373 with a 1,000 OPS over his past 19 games. His double last night was his first extra base hit in 9 games, but he's hitting the ball hard. And he hit the ball hard in his first at-bat last night. He said, every time I hit the ball hard, it goes right, and there's runners in scoring position, it goes right to someone. And I feel like that's true. I feel like that's a little true. All right, that's it for me. Please go to 973thefansd.com and check for the Manny Machado interview. And stay right here because Sammy Lev is coming up next on the EcoWater SoCal Padres pregame show on 97.3 The Fan. Hey, and thanks to Adam for being back in the studio. Adam's doing so much work back in the studio. So make sure you think good thoughts for Adam today because he helps a ton. All right, that's it for me. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you have a nice weekend. I'll be back with you on Monday with Chris Ello on 97.3 The Fan.